tape. We do a little bit different around here.
We ain't gonna play. We ain't gonna play. Shut up and grind the tape.
Let's grind.
We ain't gonna play. We ain't gonna play. Them dogs in your face.
Let's grind.
We ain't gonna play. We ain't gonna play. Shut up and grind the tape.
Let's grind.
We ain't gonna play. We ain't gonna play. Them dogs in your face. Grind.
Let's grind.
Grind the tape, bro. Grind the tape, bro. Grind the tape.
The tape. Let's grind.
Grind the tape, bro. 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 Grind the tape.
The tape.
Grind the tape, bro. Grind the tape, bro. Grind the tape, bro.
The tape.
UGA game day, boy, we ball out. Pull up, put the whole conference in the doghouse. Leave them 6 feet, see me on the win streak. All-star status, go coach, and the bench deep. Right. Offense on 10, how we run it? Your best ain't nothing, we gon' send them boys punting. Yep. Black and red, got them dead on arrival. Defense hunkered down for the tie. Hey, you don't want it with the dogs. Film guy on it, you don't want it with my dog. Break it down, play by play, that's the day-to-day. They know we ain't come to play, boy, it's UGA. Kirby Smart, I cannot play the fool. Back to back, we did not come to lose. Back to back like we got something to prove. Pay your dues, dog nation on the move. What's up?
We do a little bit different around here.
We ain't gonna play, we ain't gonna play. Shut up and grind the tape.
The tape.
We ain't gonna play, we ain't gonna play. Them dogs in your face.
Let's grind.
We ain't gonna play, we ain't gonna play. Shut up and grind the tape.
Shut up. Let's grind.
We ain't gonna play, we ain't gonna play. Them dogs in your face. Shut up and grind.
Let's grind.
Grind the tape, bro. Grind the tape, bro. Grind the tape.
The
Shut
tape.
up and grind.
Let's grind.
Grind the tape, bro. Grind the tape, bro. Grind the tape, bro. Shut up and grind. Grind the tape, bro. Grind the tape, bro. Grind the tape. Shut up and grind. Grind the tape, bro. Grind the tape, bro. Grind the tape, bro.
Shut up.
Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to MBR, or as we like to call it around here, Nothing But Rants, the show where I find topics that I'm oddly passionate about and I pontificate upon them. These are not hot takes, but rather takes that I'm hot about. What's up? You really like that?
Let's shut up and grind some tape.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome in. I forgot to put my other microphone on, which is over by the board, so we got all kind of scratchy audio going on.
Ah, lovely.
I think.
Yep, it's over there by the board. We are fixing the audio, guys. Don't worry.
That's the boss's problem. That's on me. Hey, look, sometimes in life you mess up and you gotta accept responsibility for your actions. You know what I mean? Sometimes in life you ain't doing what you're supposed to be doing, like getting your microphones turned on so you don't have audio feedback. Welcome in. We got an absolutely loaded show. As we say around here on Thursdays, last show, best show. We got a great one for you, insanely loaded for you guys tonight. The Michigan saga continues up there. Notre Dame with some drama to add into the show sheets tonight. USC evicted from their own home stadium.
Oof.
We'll talk about that one tonight. Chip Kelly potentially back in college football. I think he's going to be back in college football at some point, but got to figure out what in the hell or why in the hell Georgia Tech would allow him to leave the football facility if they did indeed interview that guy. Why he didn't automatically get that job is a question we got to ask tonight as well. I've got Miami film notes. I don't know if anybody watched that one, but I got notes on it. I know Miami fans didn't watch that one because we asked you to basically say where you're from, because I'm trying to test them Hurricane fans. I think they only talk and only show up when you provoke them with shit talk. That's my theory on the Hurricane fan base. We'll find out more about that tonight.
They also only show up when they're winning.
Well, yeah, I mean, but they're big up right now. They're as up as they could be. They're in a playoff.
Nah.
Where you at? Where you at, Hurricane fans? I mean, I broke down what I thought was. I mean, we're going to call him my favorite football player tonight on this channel, and you guys out here goofing around not showing up. We're going to talk about that tonight. We got report cards as well on the show tonight as well. But I want to start by asking you to hit that thumbs up button. go ahead and fire off in that chat as we start to have SEC schedulings coming out on SEC Network as we speak. Hit that thumbs up button. Fire off in that chat. I want to start by wishing my wife a happy early birthday. Her birthday is tomorrow. I highly doubt she's watching right now, but if she is, I hope to get some brownie points on that one. I love you, honey. Excited to celebrate you tomorrow. Speaking of wives, any update on the Michigan situation?
Oh boy. What a teaser that was.
That's crazy. There's been, so obviously we left off last night where Sherrone Moore was allegedly in custody. Official reports were kind of trickling in from that. That has since been officially reported, and it was that he did get arrested, I believe, and it still remains in custody. We didn't know if at the point it was, he just remains in custody or if he actually got arrested. No, he was actually arrested. Since then, there have also been some audio reports of the 911 call that revealed that the lady, I believe her name is Paige, was talking about she had been stalked by this individual for quite some time now, and that this had been an
several
issue.
months. I believe is what the police report said. All of the reporting on this I found today was like, there's some weird timelines here. Apparently, the athletic department had enough suspicion about this. At least the mumblings were loud enough where they brought these two individuals into the athletic department's office this summer. This was reported today or this week. They brought him in this summer and was like, "Hey, y'all aren't sleeping together, are you? Y'all aren't having an inappropriate relationship, are you?" And they're like, "No, we would absolutely not. Ew, absolutely not. No way. I'm married, and that's my boss. No way. I would never do that." And apparently, that was all the school needed. Okay, good. Can't do anything. We can't fire you guys or get on to y'all for a rumor that y'all might be sleeping together. We just gonna let y'all know that we know that y'all might be sleeping together is what the purpose of the meeting was. And then apparently she walked into the athletic department like this week with receipts of this. And then they fired him for cause, and then he spiraled. That is what the story sounds like from what I can read off of it. It's pretty insane.
That's kind of what it certainly looks like. And obviously, most of this at this point is speculation with some good facts in there. There's now being rumors and reports that the AD, Ward Manuel, is next on the chopping block for his involvement in this because there, like we said, there is some alleged covering up and things like that. But again, none of this has been officially reported.
Apparently, they the boosters might have hired some private investigators.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't think they necessarily wanted him to be the head football coach. And he gave them an easy way out. That would be my take here. Also, if you knew about the relationship in July enough to investigate him, how is it for cause now? You know what I mean? I think he's got an opportunity to get this buyout money is all I'm going to say. And ironically enough, there was a tweet today from a very well-known reporter that basically said, the first in defense of Sherrone Moore tweet I have seen. His camp's working, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
I think it was Nicole Auerbach tweeted today that he was fired with no HR representative in the office.
Yeah, that's what.
That the athletic department was very well aware of the fact that he is in the midst of a mental health crisis, and they fired him without an HR representative.
Yeah.
And it was one of those, she got that. They building a case already is what I felt like that tweet was about. I'm not saying Nicole got that from his agent or his representative or his camp, but I thought the Schefter thing was very weird today. Did y'all see that?
Remind me what that was.
Yeah.
Schefter was like, "Hey, we haven't heard his side of the story yet. Let's wait." A lot of people thought that Sherrone thought that there was somebody coming out for him and coming after him. Very, very weird. Very, very weird. I don't think anybody had to come after you in this situation. I think you kind of punted this one on your own.
Yeah, and and that goes back to the topic we kind of touched on last night of if Sherrone Moore feels like this was a invalid or faulty or something or he's been done wrong here, he's probably not just going to go by the wayside and take the Connor Steins route where it's like, yeah, I'll just quietly go away.
Not over $22.5 million.
No,
way.
This appears to be mutually assured destruction at this point because obviously there's smoke on the Sherrone Moore side. It appears that now there's smoke on the Michigan AD side to where they might have been doing some things behind the scenes that weren't necessarily ethical either. a lot of stuff's going to be coming to light within the next few months, I believe.
If I had to just summarize this story that's happened on and fallen on our doorsteps in the last 24 hours as a it plugged in Michigan, I don't know nothing about that football program. I don't have any sources up there, none of that. I ain't nobody called today to say, what's going on? This sounds like a dude that just lost his mind over some females, and it cost him his entire job, and then had an ultimate crash out that cost him his freedom. Which brings me, look, hey, top 5 dumbass moves in this entire situation. You ready?
Let's hear it.
Number 1, the assistant, fam. The assistant. Bro, I'm here to tell you, you ain't never seen a movie. If you are having sexual relations with your assistant, the whole building knows. It's like you ever heard the stories about how like dogs can smell sexual pheromones and they go over by the woman that just and sits? That's how it is in an office building.
I've never heard that, but I'll go with it.
It's a thing. That's how it is in office settings. Like, I haven't worked in an office in a long time, but if there is they might be doing it thing going on in the office, everybody can feel it. Everybody can sense it. Everybody knows. That's number 1. Don't the assistant, bro. Come on, can't be doing that. Number 2, if it is indeed true, the idea that he went on DoorDash, Uber Eats, whatever the hell it was, and ordered Plan B to the football facility, insane. Absolutely insane.
If that one is true, that's the ultimate. What the hell are you
Absolutely crazy.
doing?
Number 3, doubling her salary. Come on. Whoa. Can't be doing that one either. That's like red alert, dumbass. What is going on here? Number 4, the IG following. We talked about this last night. The idea that you are a 39-year-old male who has been on social media for almost 2 decades and didn't know that following OnlyFans models on your public Instagram as the head football coach making $5.5 million at Michigan, dumb.
Yeah, or it's
dumb.
the audacity that you don't think anyone's going to notice that because who's going to check my followers? I got thousands of them. Like
Number 5, and look, hope he's okay mentally, but the crash out. The crash out's the dumbest thing about all this, dog. Like, I know when we feel like our whole world crumbled, but we went from losing our job to losing potentially our freedom like that. Come on, man, lock in. That's crazy. Look, I know mental health awareness. Hey, worry about your mentals. Check in on your people. All that good stuff in the words of famous words of Marshawn Lynch. But man, what a crash out.
I mean, yeah, and there's
Fast.
also like when the quality of your mental health is directly affected by something that you do, there's less room for people to be like, oh, this is very like this is all because of actions that you took, that you've placed yourself, and it's not like this is something outside where it's not your fault necessarily. Like, you could have prevented all of this, so the room for sympathy is a lot smaller, in my opinion. But yes, mental health matters and is very important, and we wish him well.
Detrimental to the program, detrimental to himself. I mean,
good Lord.
like I said yesterday, who knows what happens to this program now? How many people leave? Like the smoke around Bryce Underwood has already started to pile up. I mean, dude,
they had this was. I feel like I hate to say this about him, and I feel like we should have said this about him when he first got hired instead of saying it now after all the crash out. But he got promoted because there was nobody left to promote. Everybody else either got blacklisted by the NCAA, got taken to the Chargers, or left to the Seattle Seahawks. Everybody that was on that national title championship roster as a coach was either named Biff Poggi, went to Charlotte with Biff, or has been eviscerated by the NCAA or is in the NFL now.
I mean,
and then there's Sherrone.
I think also a thing to note about all of this is, like, when you got this head coaching job, the noise around the program was already as hot and as high as could be because the cheating scandal was happening.
Yeah.
That was the biggest reason why you became the head coach at this program. So, like, you knew that there were people all around this program, like, you were being looked under a microscope, and yet we still, like, couldn't color within the lines. We had to go outside the lines and do all the, like, break all kinds of rules. Like, just a crazy timeline of events.
Yeah, it's idiotic. Like, all of the negative press that's coming his way right now is somewhat deserved, and I hope that it does not force him to succumb to physically harming himself or anyone else. But you're deserving all the stuff that's coming around the pipe right now for you, buddy. Like, no offense.
Do you think if he beats Ohio State, this never comes to light?
Oh, absolutely, 1,000%.
They swear up there that they were going to report this.
Of
now.
course
well,
they
I
do.
They swear.
Of
They
course
swear
they do.
that these boosters got together and started hiring the private investigators the week of and the week before.
You don't think that
Ohio State in the game?
I don't know,
They
because
swear.
if the story of her walking into the office with receipts, like, why would a win against Ohio State stop her from doing that?
Yeah, you're right.
I don't like. She probably.
That's the weird thing to me. Why did this? Because apparently, per reporting, this is what set it off for them to be able to get him for cause this week. Was that she went in there with the receipts? This is what happened, and then they fired him after all the speculation. But why now?
Fellas, I can tell you right now.
There's some reporting that Dad's a scout for the Bears. There's reporting that Dad got involved too now.
Fellas, I can tell you, if the Michigan Wolverines defeat the number 1 Ohio State Buckeyes in the Big House and earn a spot to the Big Ten Championship, that administration is going to do everything in its power to find ways to make that go away.
People saying, like, I'm with you, like, when
And by the way,
I'm with you. Especially if you were like 11-1.
Yeah, and by
if
the
this
way,
wasn't like, hey, you were 7-5 last year, and now you're 9-3.
and also if you see any interviews of the people that have been closely tied to Michigan or cover that beat, it's been, we've heard rumblings about this, but we weren't quite sure. And like, they have all known about this going on, and no one wanted to dive any deeper into it. And there were even people like commending and saying, props to you for waiting until the official reporting came out and not creating any. Like,
okay.
What?
I would put it this way then. It doesn't happen this week. It happens when the season is officially over, though, I bet.
For sure.
People comparing this to Bobby Petrino. No. Like, Bobby Petrino lied about it. Bobby Petrino was getting some side piece. Was Bobby Petrino even married? I don't even remember that as an affair.
I was too young
thought that,
for that.
he was just sleeping with his assistant and then lied about it, and it was embarrassing because he put the neck brace on. Buddy, we got mug shots after a crash out. It's totally different. And, like, Bobby was the one ugly stain. I read a stat, and I don't know if it to be true. This is the 7th Michigan football coach to be arrested since 2018.
I saw a list of them. They were
Like,
all
5 of them are DUIs, aren't they?
Yeah, 5
and one of
them
them's
are
an
DUIs.
FBI. Like, you're indicted for 10 years.
Good God.
Yeah, look. Hey, look. We cover a football program that got a lot of speeding tickets.
Yep.
Hand up. We cover a lot. We go to a football game every Saturday with a football program that's got a lot of speeding tickets. Had to be said because it's gonna get thrown our way. Like, oh look, he got the G on his desk over there. He got the G on his desk over there. You know, all that good stuff. We get it. Ain't no glass houses over here.
No,
all
we've
right.
spoken very vocally about.
But that thing
all
is
that.
crazy. Crazy. And all the bans from the sport. They didn't get show cause. They got don't ever come back. You know?
Mm-hmm.
So.
Petrino was married. So says
Petrino
chat.
was married. Okay. He was married and had 4 kids.
Oof.
He sustained a neck injury, you know, and lost his $30 million job, however much Arkansas was paying him back in the day. The plan B to the school, no way that's true. It can't be.
It better not be.
But there's some dumb stuff here. I would imagine Pablo Torre gets his hands involved on this story, wouldn't y'all?
Oh, it wouldn't
Where's
surprise
he
me.
at? Why didn't he break this
You
story?
know, it is funny that for as much work as Pablo Torre has done this season.
The Burniverse got this one.
Yeah, it's not.
Big dubs for the Burniverse.
Well, to be fair, Pablo Torre has his hands full a little bit too right now, considering all the stuff that has been happening at UNC. 'Cause
Yeah,
they've been
that's-
having their own back and forth battle.
Well, that's kind of what I was like. For as much as work as Pablo Torre has done on kind of unearthing the Belichick scandal with his girlfriend, like
Where you at?
This has been right around the corner.
they've been talking about this one for 6 months. Where you been? The Burniverse Pablo has had this for a while. This is actually, I probably shouldn't say this because, you know, Pablo's in the middle of a very heated debate right now between he and Nick Wright. I don't know if y'all know this, but Nick Wright's entire point in their debate was, I can do what you do. You can't do what I do. I can go dig up investigative journalism creds and go do what you do. You can't get in front of a microphone and give hot takes. The Burniverse did Pablo's job on this.
This is true.
I just want that to be known. Give them a Tony. Was it a Marconi? What is the award for great sports journalism?
No clue.
Give it to him.
Honestly.
Give it to him. Give him the Tony. Give him a Marconi. Give him the award. Give it to him. Burniverse. Big dubs for Burniverse. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button, like, subscribe, rate, review. Hey guys, did you know that Notre Dame's getting froze out?
Yeah,
Y'all seen this?
I saw reports of this about how basically because of first off, teams are now figuring out what the memorandum of understanding is now.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
That's the funny part to me. That's my takeaway. Is like this has been set in stone for a while.
I mean, we known about it so long, we renamed it already. It's the Memorandum of Inferiority. We gave it that nice fancy name to make sure everybody remembered it. And y'all can't even remember the Memorandum of Understanding. Yeah, y'all agreed that Notre Dame is one of these 12 always, and the rest of y'all are inferior down in the ACC and the Big 12. And you will do as the SEC and the Big 10 say. That's what the Memorandum of Understanding says. The Memorandum of Understanding says the Big 10 and the SEC are mommy and daddy, and Notre Dame is the drunk uncle, and he just get to hang out over here. I guess that's the best way to explain that in layman's terms.
I suppose.
Okay. But no, the news today is reported by Yahoo that Notre Dame is apparently being threatened by other athletic directors in other leagues that they will no longer schedule them. And I do think Notre Dame should tread lightly moving forward. I think they've made their point. They've taken their ball. They've gone home. The AD's done enough in terms of media availability. All right, but here's the deal. The SEC is going to 9. The Big Ten's already at 9. And these college football playoff committees continuously punish teams for losing tough games. They continuously do. So there is no longer an incentive for teams to go out of their way to make things even harder on themselves, especially at the end of the road when you are going to be measured up against them. So it doesn't behoove these schools anymore to be out here scheduling you. Also, by the way, we've laid it out for you guys. Y'all aren't the draw that you think you are anymore. Like, it's not like you pack out the TV ratings. By the way, schools don't get that TV rating. That is the company that broadcasts the TV rights. It's not like when you schedule Miami and you go down there and it does a good number on TV that Miami gets the cut out of that. That's not how that works. They get the ticket sales, and that's great. You guys travel awesome. That's awesome. And teams, when they go up there, they travel great too, because I'm sure watching Notre Dame football at Notre Dame Stadium is an incredible college football experience. There's no doubt about that. But you're losing leverage by the day, and you don't need to be out here talking crazy to people who already feel as if you think you have an inferiority complex. So I think it's got to be like, hey, whoa, watch out. I've always said this, though. You need to stop scheduling this football program because you are only promoting their independency. And that's fine. That's okay. If you want to continue to do that, continue to do that. But don't be up here at the end of the year going, it's not fair that they get to be in. They haven't played anybody. You've helped them. Don't do that anymore.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, the win over Texas A&M last year was essentially what got them into the playoff.
Yeah.
Because if you don't have that win over A&M, which at the time was a top 15 win, I believe, you have that NIU loss and everything else was kind of, they look decent, but nothing really to keep them in there, nothing really to justify putting them in. If you start doing this, and if the USCs of the world and the Texases and these big-name programs that give you these big-name games that kind of what their entire playoff hopes hinge on, Notre Dame is going to be in deep trouble and will need to join a conference.
I saw the AD today say that they already have – there's going to be a break in the USC rivalry.
I
for
believe
the first
it.
time in I don't know how long. There's going to be a couple of years coming up that they don't play each other. And I can't imagine what that's going to do to Notre Dame's schedule. Dude, Notre Dame's schedule next year is Notre Dame or is Miami and is USC.
Yeah.
And nothing else.
Mm-hmm.
So if you lose any of those,
I mean, it's the same as
you're
this year.
not like you play a schedule of a non-P4 if you lose the USC rivalry.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
You play one big Power 4 opponent
Mm-hmm.
and a bunch of mid-major OKs. You basically have Ball State's schedule.
Yep.
Yeah, you got to go 11-1 at worst. And you got those
Shit,
those 11 have to be outstanding victories.
But that's the way it could get. And if it gets that bad, they will ultimately go to a conference. I think, personally, that Notre Dame is just going to wait this thing out, be as stubborn as they humanly possibly can. And if we go to a Super League, then they'll hop into the Super League, and they'll be grandfathered in.
I mean, that's not a bad choice, but let them get screwed up. Now, again, this memorandum allows them next year. They'll be fine as long as they're a top 12 team. But let them get screwed over again. They're probably going to be. I mean, like I know we talk about how we're right around the corner for a Super League, but we're also kind of not.
Yeah, no.
Like it's going to take a while for that to happen. Like 3 or 4 seasons.
I also think it's very, very interesting the athletic directors and Power 4 presidents that are the ones choosing to get lippy about this situation. It's your mark out there in the Big 12. It's obviously the ACC commissioners out here talking. We got ACC ADs giving quotes, Big 12 ADs giving quotes. You know who ain't getting lippy about this situation?
Who's that?
The Big 10 of the SEC. They ain't saying a damn word. In fact, I heard the AD, who I'm not even going to Baklava. I was going to say I'm not even going to try to butcher his last name. The Notre Dame AD basically said the only commissioner that's even said anything to him is Greg Sankey. The only person that's called him since they got froze out by the playoff committee is the SEC commissioner. He did not relay what that conversation was about, but they're going to get to a point where it's either going to be get into a conference or have to go 12-0 with a mid-major schedule.
Yeah.
That's how it should be.
It's fine by me.
Yeah. I mean, that's the way it got with BYU.
Mm-hmm.
BYU got to a point where they could not schedule tough enough, so they figured we'll hop in the Big 12. And now look, they went 11-1, and it still wasn't good enough.
Yep.
Still wasn't good enough for them.
Yeah, if I'm a BYU fan, I'm mad this year. I understand that, on the outside looking in, they were not quality of a playoff team, but they did everything right except beat Texas Tech.
I mean, Vanderbilt could feel that way, too, about themselves. Like, they feel like they did everything right. Like, it seems like all SEC teams are told you got to go 10-2 in this conference and you'll be a playoff team, and they did just that, but they still weren't a playoff team.
People are going to clip me on that. Your schedule is Ball State's, but, guys, there are mid-major football programs that play 4 Power 4 powerhouses and then go play 8 conference games just to pay their football bills, okay? Kent State was one of these last year, weren't they?
Mm-hmm.
Kent State was out here playing Penn State, like an
Tennessee.
SEC school, huh?
Tennessee.
I mean, out here rolling it up, playing a real big-time schedule that would argue a strength of schedule record higher than a strength of record or a strength of schedule record or a metric higher than that of Notre Dame's next year. So
yeah, the 44th ranked strength of schedule right now.
Notre Dame's?
Yeah.
Yeah, next year I'm sure it'll be in the 70s, maybe the 80s. So, yeah, I mean, A&M's carrying a lot. A&M and Miami carrying a lot of weight on that metric this year.
And they're both losses.
Yep. All right, I'm good on that. Y'all good on that?
Yeah.
All right. USC got kicked out of their home stadium.
Oof.
For just a season.
Yeah.
Still, that's got a little bit embarrassing, is it not? For those of you who don't know, the Olympics are coming to Los Angeles in 2028. And obviously when that happens, you need a bunch of venues, a bunch of places to play all the, the sports and the games that are done. Subsequently, USC is being told that they will have to play elsewhere outside of the Coliseum because I don't know what sport they're going to be doing. I would assume it's probably going to be rugby or soccer or something like that. But USC will not be playing in their home stadium in 2028, which I feel like is kind of just this is so evidence that there are levels to certain degrees as far as which programs and which teams really, really care about their school and their athletics.
Is it really that embarrassing, though? I mean, the Olympics are using your stadium, so you can't use it. So you got to go somewhere else and you get to go play in SoFi. Is it really that embarrassing?
I would think it is. If the Olympics were in Atlanta again and they said, "Hey, we got to use Sanford for
y'all do this. I'm gonna lob a different
It's
game.
It's a worldwide event, though.
I'm gonna lob a different game at you.
Don't
While y'all
get it.
debate this, we're gonna play another game. Notre Dame or mid-major football team schedule. You ready?
Okay.
Stop me when you think you know the answer. Eastern Michigan, Toledo, Buffalo, the Blue Devils of some sort, CCSU, Miami Redhawks, NIU, Missouri Tigers, Mississippi State, Georgia Bulldogs, UConn Huskies.
Oh, that's a mid-major team. That's not Notre Dame.
Sure about it. It is a mid-major. That would be the 2024 UMass football schedule.
Makes sense.
But about SoFi.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's a worldwide event, so, like, you really don't ultimately get a say in any of this. Like,
No, I get, like, I would still be upset about it. I would still be like, are you kidding me? If you told me that I couldn't watch a Georgia football game because Croatia and Lithuania need to play a rugby match on Saturday, get the hell out of here, dude.
I mean, dude, though. I mean, come on. Like, I feel like this is just kind of being blown out of proportion.
Maryland,
Your fans
North
don't show up to
Carolina,
your stadium
Syracuse, UMass, Air Force, Duke, James Madison, and the Wyoming Cowboys.
I don't know. I wasn't listening. I was talking
App
about
State.
I was talking about UNC.
No, is it Notre Dame's?
No.
Is it tougher than Notre Dame's? Maryland, North Carolina, Syracuse, Duke, James Madison. 5 decent. That's UConn's 2026
Okay,
schedule.
I was going to say, there's no way that's a Notre Dame schedule.
Have you seen Notre Dame's 2026
Yes.
schedule?
I've seen it.
It
So,
is some buns.
but, like, this year's schedule wasn't comparable to what it is next year, but that might become the norm. Next year might be the norm for that.
This story about USC moving to SoFi is just an opportunity to say SoFi might be the stupidest stadium I've ever been to.
I didn't.
I
go
like
to
it and I don't like it. I really like
Looks
the
good
stadium
on.
when I
It
was
looks
there.
good on television. Looks cool. Looks cool from a distance there in LA, like the cool tent, but dumb. Makes no sense. First of all, it leaks when it rains. Now I know you'll say, but it's LA. It only rains like 3 days a year. Yeah, and 3 days a year, the stadium, the multi-billion-dollar stadium, leaking, kind of stupid. The other thing. Now, this is a strictly media concern and a strictly like fire hazard concern. For the entire, the west side of the stadium, the entire west side of the there's one elevator. One. For the entire 19 floors of that stadium. Dumb stadium. The other thing about that stadium, did you notice while being there, it's almost like everyone was working their first day. Do you remember that?
Wasn't it a
Kind
fairly
of,
new
yeah.
stadium? at
No,
the
I was
time?
2 years old at that point. But like every person, hey, where's the? Don't know. I'm new here.
Now,
First
to
day.
be fair,
First day. I'm new here.
I get that a lot at plenty of stadiums. I can't remember what stadium it was that I was at this season, but I was trying to find the post-game press conference, and I probably asked 5 different workers at that stadium, hey, can you tell me how to get here? And they're like, I have no idea where that is. Like,
Yeah,
no
but
idea what to tell you.
That's not SoFi's fault. That's the contractors that are third-partying out and just hiring temp
Right.
workers that don't ever work in the
Their job
stadium.
is to watch this gate. They don't need to know anything else about the stadium.
That's all. And by the way, because I'm seeing chat, yes, I know that the Olympics in '96, when they came to Atlanta, they played in Sanford Stadium. Georgia was not removed from playing home games that season, so my point still stands. It has nothing to do with them using your facility. It has to do with the fact that you don't get to play there because they're using it. So, just getting ahead of that, because I do know that in the '96 Olympics, they used them in Athens.
LA runs that stadium, talking about the Coliseum, not the school. So USC is at the mercy of the government on this case.
Makes sense.
They don't own their own stadium.
Which sucks for USC, and it would irritate me greatly. But
I had no idea how close to downtown that stadium was until I was in LA this year.
Oh, it's right there.
Dude, it's smack dab.
It's
It's a pain in the ass to even drive by, let alone get off the interstate and go to.
Mm-hmm.
Be interesting. All right, I'm good on that one. Chip Kelly, interviews for the Georgia Tech job?
That's the latest.
Now,
was
this was
interesting.
crazy to me, and here's why. How in the hell does Chip Kelly get out of that building without getting offered that job? No, I don't want to offend the Georgia Tech folks, and I really don't want to offend Corey Dennis, who is another football coach up for this job, the UNLV offensive coordinator who played at Georgia Tech and worked with Ohio State quarterbacks and has a really, really promising career, I would imagine, in front of him. All that being said, how does Chip Kelly not get immediately, oh, you're interested? It's your job.
maybe because it's not what Brent Key wants, or I don't know.
Because maybe this is how Brent Key is looking at it, of maybe he wants to find a guy that's going to hang around for a while. He wants to find someone that can continue to build up with him at Georgia Tech. Because, I mean, just got this extension. So he's planning on being at Georgia Tech for a while. Maybe he doesn't want to hire a one-year plan at OC and then have to do this all over
It's
again.
also I know just from hearing about head coaches have a system they want ran. and they will find the person to run their system. It's not you're coming in here and adding all these flavors of what you have. Like, you're going to run the Georgia Tech system while you're at Georgia Tech. And Chip Kelly, in the last 365 days, has not had a great track record of running a system. Now, I do understand that he won a national title with Ohio State 2 years ago, but that very much could be him saying, all right, let's get a feel for this guy, and let's see if he's going to be willing to run our system, do what we do, operate on the core beliefs that we have and the philosophies that we have as an offense. I don't think it's just as simple as, Chip Kelly, come on down.
You're Mr. Raiders fan. Do you believe those stories?
That
came out about him
past,
about no about his game planning up there with Las Vegas, about how he was. There were reports like one of the ESPN guys came out on an ESPN show and was like, yeah, he was calling plays that weren't even installed. He was basically like falling asleep at the wheel.
You get to a point in some of these guys' careers.
I know it was bad this year.
It was horrible this year. You get to a point in some of these guys' careers where it kind of just like, some guys just phone in. I'm not accusing Chip Kelly of doing that. It happens a lot where it's like, all right, I'm on my 6th job. I'm making 7 figures regardless.
I feel like as a fan, did you watch all their games this year?
Not all of them. It's hard to watch all of them.
I feel like if you watch the majority of the Raiders, I feel like if he was calling plays they didn't install, you would notice.
I mean, yeah.
Well, or would you? The quarterback would get it in his headset and be like, we didn't put that in this week, and then call a play off his wristband.
The issues I have with the Raiders organization go much deeper than the plays that are been called on the field. It has to do with the talent acquisition, it has to do with the coaching, it has to do with all of the other stuff. So that's neither here nor there. But I think that the Chip Kelly stuff is interesting. I understand why maybe it's not like, oh, that immediately hire that guy. Like, you don't hire the name. You hire the philosophy and someone who's going to carry your program.
Brooks goes to the Elite 11. Where can I find that content? Just search the Film Guy Elite 11. I go out there every year. It's my favorite event to go to.
Was it this year or last year you got kicked out of
That was last year, where he was mid-show on the roof and the security guard came and kicked him off.
Yeah, and nowadays I just, they know who I am now. Shout out to Hotel Hermosa.
Nationwide Film Guy
Shout
Network.
out there to Hotel Hermosa. Nowadays, I'm just like, hey, I'm coming, and they're like, sir, can I get the lights ready for you? Can I make sure you got a nice beverage out there? I'm like, don't worry about it. I'm not high class like that. I just don't need to be interrupted by the big security guard who looks like he wants to punch me in the mouth. Where are we at?
You were talking about the security guard that don't want to have punch you in the mouth.
Faulkner to Florida, official.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's
Southern Miss, get your money up.
Mm-hmm.
That's what Florida fans are saying.
I also feel like that's a better option.
By the way, you mentioned with Kelly not being able to, quote unquote, run a system. I don't want coordinators that do a system. I think Buster would have changed the quote unquote system at Georgia Tech if Philo would be the guy next year. You know what I'm saying?
I get that.
We are a program that believes in coordinators being chameleons as on the offensive side. You do what the recipe needs to be done. Whatever ingredients you got, the recipe needs to be altered for that.
I get that, but it's also you are going to run our system. You're going to use.
Do you think Brent Key's going to do wishbone option, like spread option stuff with Philo next year?
No, that's not what.
You think Brent Key's got a system though?
I mean, Brent Key has an identity that he wants to have, and if you don't match, it's the same thing with Kirby Smart. Kirby Smart said Todd Monken runs the Georgia system. Mike Bobo is running the Georgia system. Yeah, they've changed things because Gunnar Stockton's the quarterback, but it is still the Georgia system. It is still the core philosophies of what Kirby Smart wants his offense to be.
Fair. Any further thoughts on Faulkner to Florida? I think it's a good hire.
I think it's the right move for Buster Faulkner. I know that there was some, murmurings that he might take a head coaching job at a lesser school, but if Florida's offense comes out the gate and has a really, really great 1 year or even 2 years, you're going to get a head coaching job somewhere. So I feel like it's much easier to succeed on the offensive side of the ball and then get picked up as a head coach as it would be to go and grind as a G5 guy for a while and then get that Power 4 job. And by the way, the G5 doesn't always necessarily have as much allure to it. Like, if you are a successful play caller and you have an offense humming at a big SEC school, that's a more attractive position to me than someone who's like, oh, this guy wins a lot at the G5 level.
How far is Statesboro from Gainesville?
Florida?
Yeah.
You're asking because his son's playing down there?
His son's going to be at Georgia Southern this
I would
fall.
imagine it's not that far of a drive.
I wouldn't think so either. I mean, that's a reason to stay in the area
right
for the next several years. I know, he basically, he didn't move down to Atlanta. He stayed up in the Athens area because his son was playing at North Oconee.
Yeah.
So,
4-hour drive, according to Google.
4-hour drive. But, get the PJ.
Oh, yeah.
Take a helicopter.
Definitely.
For sure.
We'll make work.
Mm-hmm.
Get a Florida State patrolman. Get it going.
Yeah.
I just looked it up. Buster's 44, so probably got a 3-year time span before. If we're going to go be a head coach, we need to go start doing it.
Yeah, it's a great initial hire for Summerall, and you're probably not banking on this guy being your Glenn Schumann, like a guy that's just going to be with you till the end of it until it eventually gets to a point where it's like, hey, I eventually got to go. But we kind of knew when Buster Faulkner took the jump from Georgia to Georgia Tech, took the OC job there, this guy is seeking after finding a head coaching job somewhere, and his name being in the mix for Southern Miss, like that's enough reason in and of its own. I
thought he should have, what's his name, got that South Florida job, Heartline. Who's going to get the Tulane job?
Didn't they already hire someone? Or?
Did they?
I thought they did. I don't know.
Did they hire the guy from Memphis hired the guy from
Will Hall.
Oh, they hired the offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
I played against Will Hall. Will Hall wears a sweater vest. And used to, and a tie. Rock the tie and the sweater vest.
Very confident in himself.
Little Jim Tressel action.
Very confident in himself.
Yeah. He is very confident in himself. He ran the shit up on us 4 times in a row.
Nice.
That was one of the very many games in college where I'm like, really, bro? We're throwing the ball up 45-0 right now? What the hell are we doing? I'm about to have a word with your sweater vest wearing butt. But, hey, you get to do what you want. Don't call the dogs off and, get better. I get it. Jim Knowles, Tennessee, any thoughts? It's official today.
This could be a really, really, really big – this could be exactly what Tennessee football needed.
I do think Tennessee fans need to know that dude is not some recruiting menace. I don't know what y'all been reading, what y'all know about that guy. That dude ain't going to be out here hunting the trail left and right, okay? So you better get a support staff up underneath him that can relate to young people, because I don't think I mentioned this last night. I don't know how likable that guy is. I don't know if that means anything, but I think nowadays it kind of does. I think it does. I think nowadays you kind of have to be somewhat likable. And the last several stops from Knowles, man, it hadn't been all that likable. And I think that matters some. So I did want to slide that in there.
No, it's definitely worth noting.
The pro of this hire is that Tennessee fans are going to respect the heck out of it from Josh Heupel. Hey, we saw an issue with our defense. We made a change, and we hired a big name that has had a lot of success in college football doing so. Now, there were also some years at Ohio State where Knowles' defense wasn't exactly stout or considered one of the best in the country, but he's had years where he has been that. He has created that. But on the flip side, a con of this is if it doesn't work out this time, then there's some other issues and there's going to be some other concerns from this fan base about like, hey, we really can't figure this thing out now. Like, we got a bigger problem than just hiring the right people.
There were some questions around Josh Heupel at the end of this season, especially pertaining to the defense, that I think he did his best to answer this offseason. If you get the right answer, that's awesome. That's great. The questions will be that much louder if this is not ultimately the right fit for Tennessee. So I think that's just something to pay attention to.
Boys, I don't know if y'all know this, but we did a film study today.
What film study did you do?
We broke down Miami's offense, and it was really just like a feeler. Okay, those film studies, they require some work. I don't know if y'all know that. So when they get done and we put them out, we can't seem to find certain pockets of certain fan bases, and I think I know why. I'm not going to accuse anybody, but like, we did a film study on Miami's offense, and I would say 65% of the people that watch that are A&M fans that are curious about the team that they're about to play. Good on you, A&M fans. About 30% people that just watch everything that we do because they're freaking ball knowers and they want to know more ball. So we got 5% left. I say the last 5% were people who just wanted to come in and say Malachi Tony the GOAT and then not watch it.
Now, what's up with the state of Florida? It's the state of Florida fan base that we can't hook them.
Well, Florida State, we ain't watched good ball from Florida State in
this is true
26 months. So that's not on them. But Florida fans, we've been doing this for 7 years, in the SEC. We have watched Florida at least 4 hours of film on Florida.
I mean, we did a DJ
annually.
Lagway breakdown.
We did a Lagway breakdown in the off. Can't grab them. Can't get them nowhere unless you talk shit about them on social media, and then they show up in droves. Or if you say anything good about Florida on social media, they show up in droves to say you're an idiot. We suck. But can't grab Miami fans at all. Miami fans only want to talk when they're undefeated on this network
or preseason.
Or when they get a big recruit.
Or when
that.
they get a big recruit.
There were a lot of Miami.
They were here during Cantwell time.
Yeah, so
That's
there were a
right.
lot of Miami fans
They were
during
here
the
during
Jackson
Cantwell
Cantwell
time.
commit.
Oh, the first 2 weeks of the season, there were a lot of Miami fans up in the chat. And
Sure
then they
were.
just dissipated out until wherever they are.
showed up in the chat the day after I called them the most overrated team in college football after the Florida State win. They wanted to come tell me I'm an idiot after that one.
In the playoff, though.
In the playoff, though, and look, I loved it. I finished the damn film study with, I think that's my favorite football player. Let's talk about it right now. It was the Tony Show. If you watched the film study today, it was the Tony Show. He has to be A&M's sole defensive focus in this matchup, okay? We talked about it in the film study. There's been a lot of, myself included, there's been a lot of people with talking heads and microphones and platforms that have said things along the lines of, Notre Dame has gotten so much better since these two teams played in week one. And when they say that, they almost say it as if Miami has not. And if you haven't watched Miami lately, you probably feel that way. But guys, Miami now has a freshman running back that's playing elite football. All right, he wasn't a factor in that first game against Notre Dame from my memory. Hell, I don't think he became a factor until the last month or so. Will you check game logs on him? I don't think he became a factor until the last month or so in this season. So they have gotten better. By the way, Malachi Toney was a good freshman when they played Notre Dame the first time. He was like, whoa, where's this? He's their whole offense now. He's everything that they do. He's involved in Wildcat. He's involved in the passing game as a thrower. He's involved in the running game as a threat with his legs. He is the screen game. He is the vertical passing game. He was a portion of the offense in August. He is the offense now. So, like, that's changed about this football team. And I don't think anybody talks about that because, again, I don't know if anybody's really watching them. Guys, what do you got?
You're asking about Pringle, right?
I'm talking about Pringle.
Yeah, really.
Last month and a half?
Yeah, he played the full month of November. That's when he started like getting consistent carries.
Basically after the SMU loss?
Yes.
Total different football team. Again, everybody talks about, myself included, I'm one of the biggest losers with regards to this analysis. I have been a proponent of this and a victim of this. All right? Notre Dame, so much better. They have gotten better. Miami has too. That's what I'm trying to lay out for you, okay? Here's the player comp for you. Malachi Toney is like Tyreek Hill if Tyreek Hill played football like Ty Hilton or T.Y. Hilton.
Interesting.
That's what I feel like. I feel like T.Y. Hilton was extremely fast, but a damn good football player.
High motor.
High motor, knew where to be, made great plays, played bigger than he was supposed to.
Right.
I feel like Tyreek Hill is fast. You know what I mean? I feel like this kid's built like T.Y. Hilton in Tyreek Hill's body, but just an all-around great football player. That's what I got going on this one. Contact balance, tough catches. He blocks. How cool was that to watch today on those RPOs where he wasn't getting the football? I told Jonathan he plays the game like a person does in Road to Glory. That's how he plays. Like, energy doesn't matter. Like, I've got a boundless amount of energy. I love that about him. I think he's my new favorite football player.
Wow.
I think now that Caleb Downs is about to be gone, and I don't have that to study and just watch every time and just like, wow, look at this guy. I think it's going to be the new one. I think I'm just going to turn Miami tape on just to watch Malachi Toney.
I mean, that's not a bad option.
Let's talk about their offensive line. Tight-ass splits. Probably the tightest splits I've seen on tape all year.
Yeah.
And I think they do so because they're massive. You know? Like, we don't have to play with yard-and-a-half splits because our humans are a yard and a half wide.
Do you not make yourself more susceptible off the edge when you do that?
Their tackles are so big and long and good, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Their left tackle's like 6'8", 360 pounds. Their right tackle's the Moaga kid. I think he's the best right tackle in the sport.
But do you not
right now.
shorten the mesh point for a defensive player who's trying to pursue, especially
They don't care about the mesh point. They know you're bombing it anyways. The quarterback's not keeping it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's the other thing about them. They will take 4 or 5 just tremendously negative rush attempts every game because teams will just sell out for the back.
Yep.
And, they'll play the down and distance. They'll know you're running the ball, and now you're taking a TFL. It has nothing to do with their offensive line. I think their offensive line's got 3 pros. I think the right guard, the Glenn kid, might be the first guard off the board. The right tackle, Mawaga, will be the first right tackle off the board. The left tackle reminds me a lot of you remember the Jones kid that came out of Ohio State several years ago, was drafted by the Browns, that was just a mountain of a human?
Vaguely, yes.
Wore number 79 for them. That's who he reminds me of, this left tackle. The center, Brockemeier's a really, really, really good athlete. Really good athlete. Sawed off, though. And the running backs, the Mark Fletcher kid is an absolute freaking tank.
Yes.
An absolute tank.
Big boy.
Yep. And number 22 plays lightning-like football. I think he's a good balance for that room now. That's what I got. Y'all know about the quarterback. I don't even got to talk about him.
And I agree with you that, I think it was even J.D. Piquel that pointed out that
God.
Carson Beck, since the SMU game, has been playing Carson Beck football. Like, he has 1 interception to 11 touchdown passes. So the stats and everything, they look a whole lot better for
Jones.
Miami.
Good shout, chat.
But I will say, since the SMU loss, it was Syracuse, it was NC State, it was Virginia Tech, and it was Pittsburgh. Now, Pittsburgh was a ranked team. They were in contention for the ACC title game. But we also saw what a team like Notre Dame was able to do to them. I think that you really kind of saw the reality of what Pittsburgh actually was down the last 3 weeks of the season. So they have looked better, but they also haven't exactly had to face the top-end teams in the conference. And we saw what happened when that did happen.
All right, if you want to watch it, go watch it. It's worth your watch, okay?
Don't sleep on that.
Don't sleep on that. It's a good call. Shouldn't sleep on that film study.
You know what you shouldn't sleep on?
What's that, Kirby?
Our friends over at Sleeper. Sleeper is a fantasy sports and real money gaming app that is focused on bringing people together through sports and gaming. It is one of the fastest organically growing platforms in the world with some of the highest levels of engagement per the industry. At Sleeper, it is not just about sports. It's about building personal connections and lasting memories.
Boy.
If you head over there today and use promo code Brooks, you will get a 100% match up to $100. You put $100 in, you get $100 back. Put 50 in, you get 50 back. List goes on all the way up to $100. They are currently operational in over 25 U.S. states. That is more than half of them. In case you didn't know, the United States is 50 states. Check out Sleeper today using promo code Brooks.
Hey, last week we did a group play giveaway. We'll be doing the same exact thing in the local hour tonight. So make sure you're staying around for that. We'll get in on a group play together. You have another chance to win a free $100 from our friends over at Sleeper. If you have not signed up, go ahead and do so. Use promo code Brooks today. Get a 100% deposit match. All right. We've been delaying these report cards for a while now. Let's start rattling them off. Report cards for the season. These are football teams that matter, blue bloods that matter, football programs that likely have fan bases in the chat today. Their season hath concluded. Their report cards shall be received. Let's start with the Cornhuskers. Go Big Red. Let's start with Nebraska. I give them a C+, and here's why. You get the old "my quarterback was hurt" excuse. You get the don't worry about that last month of the season. I would have given it like a B+ or like a B- because the start of the season was really good until the injury. All that being said, I think it's about to get really chaotic. I'm really worried about January 2nd for Nebraska.
I gave it a C-. And
Yeah.
I understand that Dylan Arlo was hurt. But
You think Rio's in the portal to January 2nd?
I don't even know about that.
I would be. if I
Uncle's
was
fired,
them.
brother decommitted, flirting with Miami a month ago, might explore options, reporting a month ago.
Yeah,
Seems interesting.
It
Coach
could-
deflecting questions about the quarterback, that kind of thing.
Yeah, but that's all like future stuff that we don't know. I'm judging off what they did this season, and that was things were supposed to be a lot better in year 3 with Matt Rule. And look, they weren't bad. They took a step forward, but we were talking about this team might be a sleeper for the Big Ten. And I understand Dylan Rilo got hurt. He wasn't playing like otherworldly football. He wasn't playing 5-star number 1 quarterback football that we thought he was going to be, or that he was, expected to be when he got to Nebraska. I think that the year 3 theory has kind of been a flat out, I don't want to say failure, but certainly has not lived up to the expectations set by this coaching staff in the offseason.
I gave it a D+. I kind of think you guys are being a little generous with him, to be honest, because I know that the quarterback got hurt, but I watched that team before Dylan Raiola got hurt, and not a whole lot changed for that offense, and really not a whole lot changed for that team. I mean, still didn't have weapons on the outside to help out Raiola. The offensive line was still just kind of okay, couldn't protect him. Like, it was just a bland offense yet again in year 2 with Raiola, where I thought that there was going to be a leap in general for this program. Now, this isn't a reflection on what the record was because Raiola did end up getting hurt. He missed a few games, and that reflected on some losses being added to the count. But based on what I watched of Nebraska this year and based on what Matt Rule spoke about for his program entering this year, I do not feel like we met that mark of we're taking a leap this year, because if so, I think I would have felt that in the first 5 weeks of the season. I didn't see that.
I agree. What?
Report: Sherrone Moore was allegedly DMing an OnlyFans model at halftime of this year's Ohio State game.
Who is that coming from?
The same guy that broke the news 2 months ago.
Okay.
That everybody said didn't know shit.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Well, we'll have something to talk about on Monday, probably.
Bro,
so.
I thought Manny Ramirez tweeting from the shitter in the wall of the Fenway Green Monster during a playoff game was bad. That's wild. Anyways. Michigan.
Ah, beautiful.
I give a straight up F. Torch the entire athletic department.
Oh, well.
Torch it all.
I give
all of it. Burn it to the ground. Got to start all over.
So we've had these report cards done for a while now, and I gave it a B because this is obviously before everything that came out. And I said Michigan lived up to all the expectations I think we set for them. I think we came into the season saying this is about a 9-3 team that's probably going to not beat the top upper echelon teams on its schedule, the Oklahomas, the USCs, the Ohio States of the world, but it should beat everyone else, and that's exactly what they did. There were obviously some growing pains with Bryce Underwood. I think that the weapons they had weren't that great, but overall, it's exactly what we all expected. Good job, Michigan. You got to be. Now, moving forward, you got a lot of things to fix, but other than that, it's fine.
Yeah, pre-breaking news era for Michigan this week, I gave them a B+. I thought that the fact that because I looked at them going into the season, that's 7-5. That might even be 6-6. We got a true freshman quarterback. Lost a lot of pieces from that team. I don't know how that's going to go. To the point of, like Kirby mentioned earlier in the show, of this was a team that was close to playing for a conference title and was potentially close to making the college football playoff this year had they beaten Ohio State. Since the breaking news, expelled. Don't ever return.
Yeah, you're gonna.
Don't talk to me. You need to go somewhere else. You need help right now, and we cannot provide that help for you at the moment.
Let's move on to Texas. I give them a streaky B-.
B-?
B-.
Let's give it a C+.
I gave it a flat-out C.
I mean, is the anticipation and thoughts, like them being ranked number 1, like if AP polls did not exist, and you watch that football team in a vacuum this year, week 1 to week 13, you'd still give them a C? I think preseason expectations are the reason why everybody thinks that's a failure.
Well, for me,
it
was.
Look, I'm with you. I think I spent a lot of money on their roster. Seemed pretty flawless.
That's the part.
All that being said, though, it was the quarterback's first year starting.
And that's the part I was going to get at is it's not about the ranking that they were given. It's about the fact that I know what they did to construct that roster. I know what they've been doing on the recruiting trail. I know what they've been spending on. I know all of those things. So going into the season knowing that you in your first year in the SEC championship or the first year in the SEC, you made the title game, and then you went to the playoff and you had a chance of maybe playing for a national title, all of that stuff. You have the same schedule this year outside of you add in Ohio State. I thought it was just kind of like they had close calls with Kentucky. They went to overtime with Mississippi State. You lose to Florida. You get boat raced by Georgia. Those things add up. I think it's a disappointing season. And like it's great that you beat Texas A&M, but considering all the other parts of the season, I thought Arch Manning got better throughout the year. I think that's the best thing about Texas is that Arch Manning continued to gain confidence, and that guy improved. But everything else, considering how the season ended up resulting in and you missing the playoffs and having some bad games and an embarrassing loss on your schedule.
And your two biggest rivals making the playoffs.
I gave it a C.
We started this season with headlines of the SEC runs through Austin. Your quarterback was the favorite for the Heisman. Your team was the favorite for the national championship. You had the number 1 ranking. Everyone had you as a shoo-in for the playoff. And throughout the entire season, you looked mediocre and finished 9-3. This was a bad, bad football season from the Texas Longhorns. There's no other way to put it. I give them a straight C.
All right, now these next two programs, I'm going to lump them together and give them the same exact grade.
Yep.
LSU and Clemson had you should win a national title or at least guaranteed be in a college football playoff windows this year, and they absolutely shit the bed.
They
They
certainly
pulled their
scored.
pants down and pooped at midfield. Both of them. F.
Stamp it right on
Out of
there.
here.
Enough said.
You there?
Oh, yeah.
Big F?
Yeah, I mean, I gave Clemson a permanent
The
suspension.
only A+ on my board coming up next, Vandy. I give it an A+.
Vanderbilt.
Buddy, the idea that you are 10-2 this year is insane. And I feel like you got screwed being left out. I thought they ought to just give you the participation award.
Yeah,
no.
no.
Vandy's 10-2? What the Now, next year, if you do it again, it's no longer Vandy's 10-2?
It'll be that
Clark
way a
Lee
while.
still there?
It'll be that way a while for me, honestly.
For real?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you. The in-state product in Tennessee is not good enough for two schools to be great there.
And plus, if they're 10-2, that means
Not
Jared
historically.
Curtis was as advertised.
Yep.
So.
I gave him an A. Had they made the playoffs, I would have given him an A+. And I can say that because Clark Lee said it himself. That was on them. It's not on anybody else. It's on them. So I'm good with that, Clark Lee. And because of that, I'll give you an A. Now you have a Heisman contender, a guy that might win the Heisman. We don't know that yet. Very successful season. But so it's an A, absolutely. I mean, you overachieved yet again this season. But A+ is our reserve for special teams.
I gave USC and Lincoln Riley a B, just a flat B. I feel like he's building something.
I gave it A-.
I give it an A-
I
as well.
feel like the ball's rolling in the right direction for the Trojans right now.
I gave him an A- as well, and I feel like we're going to be on the same page here. It does feel like it's very much rolling in the right direction. And by the way, you didn't have the what the hell is USC doing?
I don't
loss.
think you can give him. I don't think you can give him an A looking back at that Illinois loss.
This is fair, but Illinois was also a ranked team at the
At
time.
the time, they were
and
good, but we know what Illinois is now, right?
This is, I mean, completely true, but
Let's call it a renowned B+.
that's fair. I'm not going
As
to
a
push.
class.
I'm not going to fight too hard for
Okay.
it, but
Now, this one off the alphabet, Florida State straight Z. Just give them a Z.
really,
Why?
2 years in a row, poo-poo.
I did with D+.
I gave him a D. You beat Alabama. You beat a playoff team this year.
Yeah.
That's what the plus is for.
Yeah.
You get a D+ because you
Yeah.
beat Bama.
Look, if nothing else,
I think you get an off the alphabet. Don't even grade them because y'all got podcasters quitting.
they're done making content.
You haven't seen this?
No.
The number one podcast in this space was like, "We'll see you later. We'll be back when y'all start caring again."
Is that all?
Mm-hmm.
oh man,
Yep.
that's tough.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
See you. We're good.
But no, I think that if anything else, if you
Guys, they're too poor to fire their football coach that deserves to be fired.
I get it, but
It's bad.
it's very bad. But if anything else comes of it, if you look back and you will have that Alabama win to hang your hat on, and that is at least worth a letter grade in my opinion. For as much as the rest of that season was
Fair.
an F, you beat the Crimson Tide and Doak Campbell. They all came down. They rushed the field. It was a celebration. Thomas Castellanos had that legendary moment where he called him out in the offseason and then won the game. You get a letter grade for that, but everything else was a complete failure.
How'd y'all feel about Florida? I gave them a D+.
C
I went
minus.
C minus.
Okay.
C minus. A
Okay,
lot
we
of
were
fight in
close.
that team.
I didn't know how to do it.
A lot of fight in that team, but there's a lot of losses too.
The best news, you got rid of Billy Napier. I mean, that's the best news out of the season. You finally did it. I mean, that alone, that ups the grade a little bit right there. But honestly, my grade for them has everything to do with the fact of how those players reacted the entire season. Those guys fought their tails off every single weekend. They gave commendable efforts just about every time outside of the Florida game. That one was just, whoo. Can't explain that one. That one was really, really bad. But all things considered, I'll give you a C minus.
All right, we got a whole nother hour coming up on the other side of the break.
Are we skipping Penn State and Notre Dame?
Notre Dame incomplete, Penn State failure
No. Why did you put Notre Dame as incomplete?
because they took their ball and went home. I don't know. They're just incomplete. It's like you didn't show up for the test.
Repeat. You
You
got to
don't
repeat
even get
a
a grade. You don't even
Repeat
get a
a
grade. You just
grade.
got to repeat the grade. That's what you got to do. You just
fair.
didn't show up. You just quit. You pulled your name from the enrollment list. You're gone. Whole nother hour coming up on the other side of the break. It's gonna be a great one. We've officially got the 2026 Georgia football schedule. We'll talk about it on the other side.
Welcome into Talk the Dog, the show where we find a bone to pick and a take to give. These are not hot takes. These is dog takes. Can I talk that dog? What's up? You really like that? Let's shut up and grind some tape.
Let's shut up and let's grind. I love studying guys. And watch Backemeyer there at center really swallow. Nope, it ends up firm and on my left shoulder. And then let's rail the tight end right there. But he gets naked every week. Whew, he about busted that because the bodies are big, the spaces are tight. Alrighty, we are back. Did I say anything? What did I say this morning? I don't remember anything.
I think just hearing it back from the headphones on the floor, I think you said something about big bodies. We got to attack those.
Nice.
Got to attack the big bodies. All right, hey, here we go. 2026 University of Georgia schedule has officially been released. We knew the opponents. We didn't know the dates. We didn't know the order. We've got it now. Open the season September 5th against that vaunted unit, Tennessee State. Then Western Kentucky. All right, then after that, September 19th, first SEC road game. You kick it off at Arkansas. Then you welcome Oklahoma into Athens, September 26th. Then October 3rd, Jared Curtis comes to town. Unless Sam Levitt's their quarterback, no further questions, no further comments. Just remember I said it the day it might happen. Georgia at Alabama, October 10th. Auburn at Georgia, October 17th. So y'all got the Iron Bowl.
Yeah.
Back-to-back weekends. And then your one and only bye of the 2026 season right before you go to Atlanta and play Florida in the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Then after that, you go to Oxford November 7th to take on Ole Miss. Then you host Missouri November 14th. Then you're on the road to South Carolina November 21st. And then you're at home to close the season against Georgia Tech.
On a Saturday.
On a Saturday, that's right.
Thank
Breaking
God.
news from yours truly.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yep.
Honestly, considering you're in a 9-game conference schedule, I don't think that's that bad of a shake. You get you have 3 true road games. That's it. I mean, heck, you even get to go to Atlanta this year for the Florida game. Like, that one's not even like a neutral site hardly. That one's going to be in the state of Georgia. So
yeah, your 3 road games are at Ole Miss, at Alabama, and at Arkansas.
not that bad, man. And South Carolina.
4 road games at South
So,
Carolina.
like, all things considered,
And you get that one in November, so at least you
Yeah.
don't get
Thank
that one in early
God.
September, dude.
Dude, going
Columbia, early September.
to
Ooh,
Columbia,
sweatshirt.
South Carolina, when it's 95 degrees and the humidity is 100%, and you're just drinking the air. Oh, thank
the
God.
Georgia Oklahoma.
Do
one's
roosters
gonna
have
be
sweat
fun.
glands?
I have no clue.
I don't know.
Might be something to look into.
Georgia Oklahoma game. That'll be a fun one.
That will be interesting.
I'm excited for that one, yeah.
I'm excited for that one. You know what I don't see, and do y'all go to LSU the next year?
Yeah, I think so. Actually, I think it's LSU at Georgia.
2 places I'm dying to go: Death Valley, Kyle Field.
Yeah.
I gotta go. I'm gonna go immediately.
And I'm pretty I actually don't think that
I feel like I've been everywhere else in the Southeast, quote unquote, worth going, other than the Swamp.
and if I remember correctly, I don't think that Georgia goes to Kyle Field next year.
No, it's 2027.
Yeah.
2027's the road gauntlet, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
From when they
I think
were
it's
first
at
released.
LSU, at Kyle Field, some other ones that woof. But that's going to happen with these schedules, man. I mean, you're going to get a bad shake eventually.
How about playing Alabama in the regular season 3 out of the last 4 years?
Fascinating.
Well,
Money-
3 years in a row.
Moneymaker.
4 out of the last 5 years.
Damn. All the way back to COVID. That's right.
Yep.
2020, you were there. And 4 of those 5 have been
Well, 4 out of the last 6.
3 of those 4 matchups have been in Tuscaloosa too.
2 of them.
2020.
No, it'll be 3 because
This
this
last or
upcoming
20
one.
Oh, you
2023
can this
or
year.
2024,
Next year will be a third.
And then 2026.
Yep.
Yeah.
They love sending the dogs to Tuscaloosa. I don't know why.
Huh. And wasn't there like a 20-year or like a 17-year time span where they hadn't been into Athens? Was it
Correct.
last year first time there, or this year the first time there since 07?
2008. 2000. You're right. Correct. 2015.
Huh. SEC bias to those
The
guys.
Tide
out
does
there.
not come to Athens that often.
Huh.
No, it doesn't.
Any other thing? Anything else stick out to you guys? What is Missouri gonna be next year?
No freaking
No clue.
Huh.
Ahmad Hardy still.
Yeah.
That's about
Will it
all
be
I
the
know.
Matt Zoller show, or is Bo Prieb's got another year?
I don't know. That's the thing is like really until the portal settles, you really have no idea. Like we have no idea what Auburn's going to look like next year. Oklahoma, you know that John Mateer's probably going to come back.
We know because we can take him for his word, and his word is gold. We know that Shane Beamer's South Carolina squad in late November next year is going to be talking about playoff runs because he told us. So we know South Carolina is going to be good November 21st.
We have no idea what Ole Miss is going to be like.
Yeah.
Like you could have your November schedule could be it is Ole Miss, Missouri, and South Carolina. Those are three programs that you really have no idea what they're going to look like next year.
The last 5 games of your schedule could be very, very hard or very, very easy.
Yeah, it could be like, hey, we got to the bye week, we're good.
Yeah, like, oh, all right, we beat Florida, we're good. We are coasting. Everything else is fine. Or it's, oh, God, that's 3 top 15
Summerall's
teams.
really good.
Yeah, so who knows? I mean, it's one of these things where you look at it's an SEC schedule. There's games that you feel confident on, but there's also I could see them losing in Norman. Not to say that I think they will,
Is
but
social
not
media
in
talking
Norman.
about any one particular team that got hosed?
I haven't been tapped in.
I'm sure
I
there's
don't
a
know.
fan base complaining.
It's
somewhere.
not in Norman, by the way.
Yeah,
You're
in
right,
Athens
excuse
next
me.
year.
Excuse me,
Now,
my bad.
Is this a same schedule, flip it, 2027? That's not how it is?
I don't think so.
Okay. We got a different slate in 2027?
I can find that out right now.
But either way, it's as far as SEC schedules go, it's not the worst.
Oh, dude. You're the first SEC football game for Ryan Silverfield, the guy who decided it was a good idea to tell the media
Oh, no.
that he shows. Y'all remember this, don't
Oh,
you?
yeah.
Oh yeah.
So let me remind this for Georgia fans. Ryan Silverfield was a football coach in Memphis this year, and he went very viral this year for saying that he starts every Tuesday meeting with things that we shouldn't do. So every week, I go in there and show them a clip of Georgia wide receivers driving 70 miles over the speed limit because they always got one of those going on. He, ha, ha. He, ha, ha. Kirby Smart, COS, September 19th.
Welcome to the SEC, baby. Next year's schedule, just a brief recap for you. You got Florida at Auburn, LSU at home, Mississippi State at home, South Carolina at home, Tennessee at home, on the road at Kentucky, on the road at Texas, on the road at Texas A&M.
That didn't even catch my no Tennessee this year.
Yeah, no Tennessee. That's not one of the permanent opponents.
That's
so,
crazy.
First time, long time.
Yeah.
First time
Very
since
long
like
time.
the 90s. Wow, that's gonna be weird.
Yeah, you'll always play South Carolina, Auburn, and Florida now.
I'm gonna get like a. Do they make like digital grams nowadays where you can like send someone a letter, but open the letter and it's actually a video playing for them?
I'm sure it exists.
Oh man, I think this would make millions if it isn't. I would find Kirby Smart's not home address. I would get his office address and send him a videogram of that video of Ryan Silverfield 6 days in a row leading up to that football game. Sunday through Friday, he would open that.
I don't think he needs to be reminded of those things.
No, he does. Just
I don't think he
even
I
more
think
pissed
I
off.
think he's gonna get more mad at the person who's sending it than it would be Ryan.
And
Silverfield.
you know for a fact, Monday presser rolls around. There's going to be someone in that press conference saying, "Hey, Kirby, I don't know if you remember this, but Silverfield had this to say about your program last year. Does that play into this game?" And he'll blow it off, but we know. We know.
Mm-hmm.
Second time playing Arkansas since you've gone there last, right? You
Third
played them in
time.
2020, and then they came to your place in 2021?
Yep.
Is that
Correct.
right? And this is the first time playing them since then?
Yes.
Correct.
right?
Yes.
Okay.
Correct.
Be
Haven't been
interesting
out to
there.
Fayetteville.
Have not.
I have not either.
Let's go see what Walmart Money and Tyson Foods got for us.
Let's go see about that chicken nugget. money,
Honestly,
baby.
that might be another road trip where it's like, hey, y'all got a baseball game this weekend? Because that might be the more impressive thing about this one.
Damn.
Dude, they admit it. They talk about it. Come on, man.
I will say again, I was blown away by Starkville.
Yeah.
This time. Y'all didn't go last time. This time it was good. I had a great time.
It was not-
food was immaculate.
It was not 20 degrees.
No, it wasn't.
It's hard to enjoy a football game on the road when
You're
you're
right.
when you're beating the hell out of a team when it's 20 degrees and raining out.
You're right. You're right. We got treated very, very well out there.
Fantastic trip.
I don't think we had a bad road trip this year.
No?
Now, driving around Mississippi could do without.
Yeah, that wasn't as fun.
Starkville, nice.
Starkville's beautiful.
Especially considering
time.
that was the time of year where it started getting dark at 5:30.
Uh-huh.
And so it's
Yep.
and there ain't no street lights.
Not a
out
street
there
light
that
in
state.
there.
Ain't no street lights out there. All right, we good on the schedule?
I believe we are.
Man, I mean, the one bye. Why one bye?
I don't know.
Did we get to the bottom of that?
I
Is there no
can't-
week 0 next
That's
year?
usually how it is,
So we-
honestly.
No, I mean, everybody played. They moved it up last year. Dude, the start of the season this year is September 5th. Last year it was the last week of August.
Yeah, I don't know why there's only one bye week this year. I'm not sure.
I thought we were moving the schedule
I do
up.
remember there usually only being
If
one bye
anything.
week, though.
Yeah, usually.
Mm-hmm.
But the last 2 years we've had 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I love the 2 buys. It gives me an opportunity to sit at home and be a couch potato
Yeah, that
and
is
watch
nice.
ball. I don't think Sunday reaction shows ever get better than when we're on a bye. Because I am inundated with ball.
Yeah, locked into it all.
Just a ball-curious human being trapped in the basement ordering hot wings.
Hot wings.
Yeah, dude.
It's a good go-to.
Big chicken wing eater on the days that I'm not, working.
I can't remember the last time I had wings.
No fries, no nothing. On game days when I'm here by myself from noon to 9 o'clock, I'll just get a 20-piece wing from Friends, order it, a little hot lemon pepper. Talk to me now.
Mm-hmm.
Extra ranch, save the fries, don't need a drink, no nothing. I'll pick on them for the next 9 hours.
I'm genuinely trying to think the last time I had wings.
I had them at the barbecue restaurant on our way to Florida. I know that. Oh, in Valdosta. That's where I had it. Oh, man.
Ooh, that place came back to haunt me the next
Oh,
that afternoon.
That evening,
God, dude.
yeah. Not even the next day.
we got to the hotel.
Maybe stay away from the stew, but everything else, A+.
Whose face went whiter quicker? Never mind. Hey, big thing happened yesterday at Michigan. A roster has got some pretty good football players on it.
A lot of good football players.
Some that you've got ties to. So let's talk about it. In the 2026 signing class alone, I got 3 names that you should be paying attention to. Obviously, Brady Marchese. Okay? Obviously. Marchese. All right, got to pay
Atta
attention
boy.
to that one. Flipped.
Is that all it
Just
takes?
for that?
Shut up and keep it pushing. Flipped to Michigan on signing day. All right, so trying to make a good impression, dog. Flipped over to Michigan on signing day, which should be noted. Like, I think it's kind of gross that the entire industry, the entire coaching industry, knew that this was about to go down. Apparently, like the entire agency world knew this was about to go down. Everybody knew this was about to happen, except for apparently the agents of these players that let their representatives go sign with Michigan, knowing their football coach is about to get fired 7 days later. I think that's kind of shitty, to be honest with you. I don't know who gets the blame of that, but somebody should. Anyways, Brady Marchese back on the market, you would imagine. I don't know if he got released from his national letter of intent, though, because one player already has.
Yeah.
The tight end's already up out. So I would assume if you're asking for it, you're going to be able to get it right about now out there. Another name in the 2026 signing class, Malachi Lee, the offensive tackle out of Hawaii. Took multiple visits from Hawaii to Georgia. All right. Now, one of them was an unofficial visit the week he was going to Michigan.
Correct.
Because for those of you who don't understand national flights, when you fly from Hawaii to Michigan, there's a connecting flight there in Atlanta. So from my understanding, he flew from Hawaii to Atlanta, took about 9 hours into Athens, took a whole nother unofficial visit, went to eat dinner with the folks up there, and then flew up to Michigan and committed to the Wolverines. What's up with that right now about right now, Malachi Lee? I would imagine Stacey Searles, when he is available to legally call that person, I would imagine is calling him. Fits the pedigree, recruited him in high school, is from the state of Georgia. How about Bear McWhorter, the offensive lineman out of Cass?
Yep.
Talk about a dude that plays nasty football. All that being said, if he's going anywhere, I would imagine he's going to go back to Alabama.
Yeah, probably so.
Probably.
He didn't live up on y'all when he was in high school, and I don't think vice versa.
Right.
But fits the mold. You would be remiss not talking about him in this class in 26 if you were trying to poach. Speaking of poach, the roster's got poachables. How about a little Troy Bowles reunion in Athens? You
Hey, we have talked about that linebacker might be a position.
Body type might be needed this coming up year in the portal. Shamari Earls, a 6'2", 205-pound defensive back that can fly that was 1 point committed to Georgia.
Yep.
From Virginia.
Now, next year, DB room a little loaded.
Yep.
But
little thick back there, but maybe he's grown into a safety role. Maybe you need one.
potentially.
It's a no for me. It's probably not even a no for me. It's probably a no from everyone involved, but has to be mentioned. Justice Haynes. Do you call?
I mean, you
I
probably
think-
give a phone call. Just
Yeah,
to
I mean-
I don't even know if you called when
I don't know.
Saban retired.
Yeah,
To be honest with you.
I remember that one being rather quick, though.
Straight to Michigan.
Yeah, I think honestly that one's kind of like he's on his own path.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wants to do his own thing.
I don't think he wants to wear red and black.
Yeah, he wants to do his own thing. Nothing wrong with
All
that.
right.
I do think you call Savion Hyder though.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, everybody's going to be calling that guy.
I don't know if he got
Jeez.
enough bread
You want
for
to
that one.
look, and this is the other thing that needs to be brought up about this, especially for a kid like Savion Hyder. Like, so this guy enrolled at Michigan, signed his national letter of intent. The deal was away. Probably got a sizable check to do so for Michigan. You told me now this kid basically gets to enter the transfer portal.
Yeah.
So that's going to be automatically like probably the most expensive running back you could potentially get in the transfer portal.
Saban Hyder to Virginia Tech.
Oh, dude, the Hokies would
He's
be
from Virginia.
the Hokies would be fun to watch this year.
Yeah,
They're
they
gonna be
would.
fun to watch anyways, but
Someone's got to carry the torch from Bashal Tootin. I'm just saying. Might as well be Savion Hyder.
the tutor.
Somebody's got to take them totes from Tootin.
Mm-hmm.
Julius Holly is an edge rusher that's from Alpharetta. Y'all kicked the tires late.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember going over there in his spring eval, getting phone call. How's he look? What's he look? I'm like, Coach, you gonna go see him anyways. I don't know why you calling me, asking me my opinion. You gonna make your own when you go see him. Y'all ain't got a snowball's chance in hell at Underwood, nor would you even kick the tires on it.
No, why would you? I mean, not to.
Don't need it.
No, yeah, you don't need him. Why would you want him? That's a check that you do not need.
We good on that?
I believe so. Certainly some opportunities for Georgia. Oh, I guess while we're kind of on the topic, maybe worth mentioning, Tavion Wallace, the linebacker that went to Arkansas.
Yeah.
He plans to enter the transfer portal. That's a kid from the state of Georgia.
Yeah, Midwest Georgia, down there by Swainsboro.
I believe he went to Waynes County, and then he went
Wayne
to
County.
Wayne County, and then somewhere else. Appling, I want to say it
Appling.
was. But Georgia's heavily involved in that one. Again, another linebacker that and he was a true freshman this year. I think he played in 9 games for Arkansas. So certainly a guy that fits the pedigree of what Georgia typically is looking for in transfer portal targets. So it's just a name to keep an eye on potentially.
He from Jessup, Georgia.
We also didn't hit Super Chubs in the last hour, so.
Oh yeah,
What?
do that?
Sorry, guys.
Gotta hit these chubs. Super Chubs. Need to make a graphic for the pop-up at the Pop-Tart Bowl so we can share it on all of our socials. Also, I'll be at the Sugar Bowl. Will there be a film guy tent?
We don't have a tent, but
I don't have a tent. Also, not really a pre-gaming game.
Well, there's places to pregame at, I'm sure, but not like a.
I've been to that stadium multiple times. Where do you pregame?
You know, I'm saying
not
the
outside
city
the
is the
stadium.
pregame.
Yeah, the city is the pregame.
We do need a graphic for that.
Good Lord.
catch me at the blackjack
Keep doing your
table.
things, boys. Y'all keep me entertained at work daily. Shout out to Stoddard.
To Stoddard.
Hell, why would you give a shout out to
Jeremiah Stoddard getting
Why?
a shout out?
For what?
Who was the name of that person?
I don't know. Happy Christmas, fellas, for either Camera One or Candy Canes. Love it. Can we get an honest segment of you filling out brackets of the college football playoff and after the Natty, see who's closest? We're going to do this next week.
Yeah.
If
I like
DeBoer
that
goes to Michigan, good riddance for running from competition. Don't whine, just grind. Roll Tide, roll. Love you. Yeah, I would imagine if Bama fans probably won't even feel some type of way if he leaves for Michigan. They'll just think he's a PUSSY.
Probably.
That'll be the resounding take. You weren't built for Bama anyways.
Yeah, I mean they'll be mad at him for sure, but
It'll be ultimate.
But
spin zone.
it'll be draped in good. Get out of here.
Yeah, for
we
sure.
don't want you anyways.
Which honestly,
never hired the
honestly they're
Pac-12
right.
Should have never hired the guy anyways. Brother in Valdosta, raised in Westfield. Oh, excuse me. Born in Valdosta, raised in Westfield, Indiana. Unfortunately, y'all calling Notre Dame scheduled the same as Ball State makes me oh so happy. Go Dogs. I mean, sounds like a hot take. It's kind of real. Kirby, let the Seahawks have Brock Bowers, please, and thank you.
No.
We'll send a couple second rounders.
No, dude,
I need at least 2 first rounders for Brock Bowers.
Yeah, dude.
At least 2.
Get the hell out of here.
Eli Chambers says Raylan Wilson was live on TikTok about 20 minutes ago and said he is planning to come back. What are y'all's thoughts?
It's be huge for the linebacker room.
very big
That's
for the
a big
linebacker
plus
room.
right there.
Where did he catch a red shirt?
He's a junior.
Yeah, he's the same
both
class
are-
as
God,
CJ.
God, they've played for so long. They've played so much
Both
football.
of those guys have been playing since they got here,
since
basically.
they got here.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that'd be huge.
All right. Do you want stats or do you want top 10 reasons UGA will win a natty?
Let's save the natty list.
Okay, give me the stats.
All right. You can start off, Christian, because you were the one that wrote the article and stumbled into this.
All right, so I was thinking about this over the past few days of how, man, Georgia's defense has really, really cranked things up here and has really started playing some absolutely fantastic football. And it got me thinking as, man, they've held opponents to, I think, allowed 2 touchdowns in the last 4 games here. Just some otherworldly numbers. And it kind of reminded me, like, this is the statistical output that you get from that 2021 defense. So I ran some numbers today and just kind of try to compare what Georgia's defense right now is doing in comparison to what we saw in 2021. Obviously, know with 2021 eventually had 7 first-round draft picks, NFL starters all around, legendary, arguably one of the best defensive units in college football. So hard to live up to that. But statistically speaking, they've kind of done so in the last 5 games. So we know what Georgia's defense was this season. There were a lot of growing pains. There was a lot of young guys, a lot of build up to it that they weren't living up to it. But the last 5 games is the metric that I'm using. So in 2021, Georgia's defense allowed 10.2 points per game. In the last 5 games, this year's defense has allowed just 10 flat. 2021, they allowed 35% conversion rate on third down. The last 5 games, Georgia's allowing 28. 2021, 268 yards allowed per game. Last 5 for Georgia, 189.4. Average sacks per game in 2021 was 3. Last 5 has been 2.4. They have increased that exponentially. I think they had 3 sacks altogether the first 4 games of the season. And then finally, turnovers forced per game. In 2021, they had 1.4. In the last 5, they've had 1.2. So Georgia's defense these past 5 games has played on par and in some areas better with what they were doing in 2021. And by the way, it's not like they've played a bunch of slappies. You played 3 ranked teams, you played 4 Power 4 teams, and you've played 2 teams inside the top 10. So this defense is playing very, very good football right now. Dare I say, as good as it was playing in 2021.
Now, to compound that, I went ahead and looked at the 2021 offense compared to the 2025 offense. There's a lot of similarities, believe it or not. So rushing offense, you ranked 35th in the country right now, averaging 186 yards. You ranked 36th in 2021, averaging 191 rushing yards per game. Passing offense, you ranked 77th right now, 220 yards per game. 2021, you ranked 51st, averaging 251 yards per game. Third down conversion rate, I should say. You rank 30th right now at 45%. 2021, 21st, 45%. A little interesting there that same number, the 2021 team ranked higher in those rankings. So. Sacks allowed, 2025, you ranked 33rd with only 18. 2021, you were 10th with 16 in the entire season. I mean, God dang, that offensive line was really freaking good. Total yards per game, you rank 45th right now, averaging 406 yards. 2021, you rank 25th, averaging 442 yards. Average number of first downs per game, you rank 8th in the country right now at 24.3. And 2021, you rank 36th, averaging 22.6. And the final one, this is the glaring difference between these two. This season, you ranked 25th for red zone conversion rate at scoring 90.5% of the time.
Yeah.
2021, you ranked 50th, scoring 85% of the time.
Hmm.
So better in the red zone this year.
Is that touch?
Any overarching conclusions from either of the exercises today?
I mean, it looks like not that they actually did this or said this, but it kind of feels like they're like, yeah, run that ish back.
It very much feels to me like for as much flack as we threw this defense's way early in the season, and it was warranted. You gave up 35 points to Ole Miss. You gave up 40 to Tennessee. Like, there were parts of this season where it was like, what's this secondary going to look like? Is the pass rush anything? The last 5 games have been about as good as the defense you play under Kirby Smart in Georgia football, and that should terrify everyone else. Now, whether or not that continues for the next 4 or 5 games, we don't know. But the last 5 have been on par with that 2021 defense statistically. Obviously, there's not a Nolan Smith. Obviously, you don't have Nakobe Dean running around. There's not first-round draft picks currently littered all over. But you have enough talent and enough output statistically that this is one of the better seasons.
Guys, I know Nakobe is in very, very high esteem. I know he is in a different level. I mean, he's a Butkus Award winner. I mean, I know he is. He's playing great football right now in the NFL, and he was a leader of men when he played at the University of Georgia.
You know, you're right.
But CJ's about to do something that none of those guys did.
Nakobe Dean's probably a bad example in that you don't have a Nolan Smith or a Jalen Carter or a Trayvon Walker. Like, there's not first-round
right
guys.
Now.
Nakobe Dean was the perfect fit for that defense.
Correct.
You couldn't have morphed a better linebacker to fit what that defense needed.
Guys, y'all know this? They're just younger. They're younger than they've ever been.
Absolutely.
And though, like, you say, like, there's not a Jalen Carter, there's not a Devontae Wyatt, there's not a Jordan. Yet, we don't know.
No, you're right.
I mean, I have been the one on multiple. Like, I was on an Oklahoma podcast yesterday, and he was doing the same thing. Georgia's not as talented as they used to be. Okay, maybe right now because they don't know that Chris Cole's going to be a first-round draft pick. They don't know that C.J. Allen is playing better football than all of the linebackers before him, not named Roquan, per the stats. They don't know that Ellis Robinson probably will be a first-round draft pick, that Dalen Everett is a top 60 eval, that Kristen Miller is a top 60 eval. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think people outside of this football program know, oh, shit, they are as talented as Georgia's always been. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like the talent drop-off is –
And I don't mean to say – I'm sorry to cut you off. I don't mean to say, like, Kirby hasn't done a great coaching job or that the defensive staff hasn't made these guys improve or anything along those lines. But this is a really, really talented team. They're just not up for first-round draft pick status because most of them are underclassmen and not draft eligible.
No, very, very absolutely 100% true. And we could be looking back in 3 to 4 years like, my God, that 25 defense was just as littered with it. But that 21 defense put in 5 first-round draft picks the year they entered the NFL draft. Like, there is a certain legend and allure around it that this year's unit just won't live up to, and that is completely fine because, like we've said, if they're going to put this brand of football that they've put on the last month and a half, if they're going to do that for the remaining season, Georgia's going to win a national championship game.
By the way, you're talking about don't have a Jordan Davis or Jalen Carter yet. Did you see that clip of Elijah Griffin against Alabama?
Which one?
He jacking up the right tackle, just shoving him right into Ty Simpson's lap. I mean, that's it right there, dude. Not to do the comparison thing, but good Lord. That guy's got it.
Yeah, I think he's 90% the player that Jalen is.
Yeah.
And you'll never have to worry about where Elijah is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Never have to worry about whether or not he's in the right mental space today. We're good. Elijah's going to show up and do his job.
Right.
And he's going to work hard. He's going to say yes, sir, and he's going to do the right thing. So, yeah, I think he's got a really, really long playing career in front of him.
For sure.
But I always say that because, like, again, the further and further we get and closer we get, rather, to the college football playoffs starting, you hear a lot of those. You hear a lot of, man, what a great job Kirby Smart has done with this ragtag bunch. He's a great coach. He's doing a great job. But the reason he's as great as he is because he recruits damn good football players, and they got a lot of damn good football players.
Well, that too, but I also think that it's worth noting that the job Kirby Smart has done has not been taking ragtag players and making them good. It's been taking young guys and developing them this quickly and helping them reach their potential in a season's time.
He said earlier in the year, like, I better get used to it. Like, we're always going to be young. Moving forward, you're either going to be portal heavy or you're going to be young. And we ain't going to be portal heavy here.
I mean,
he said that.
People were steering this narrative about Georgia before the season even started. And, like, I understand that this ultimately probably isn't what Gunnar Stockton was, but Gunnar Stockton was one of the top players at his position in his recruiting class. And that was the biggest question people had of like, oh, this is a subpar year for Georgia at quarterback. Like, who the heck is this guy? Gunnar Stockton from Rape. Like, guys, some people had that guy as a 5-star quarterback coming out of high school.
He was until he didn't go through the Elite 11 circuit.
Because it's popping back up on Hayes Fawcett's Twitter. The attitude around when Gunnar Stockton committed to Georgia just shows you how far this program has come. Was, oh, Kirby's got another 5-star quarterback. Can't wait to see how he figures out how to ruin this one and not win a title. Like, that was literally what the attitude was when Gunnar Stockton committed. Like, oh, he's got this another extremely talented quarterback that he's just going to ruin. And now it's Gunnar Stockton's not that good. Look at what
You know
Kirby
what I would
Smart's
hate
done.
to ruin?
What would you hate to ruin? Oh, I know, dude.
I would hate to ruin this primo quarter zip I got from our friends over at Roback.
I'd cry. I threw mine on today, too.
How crispy is that?
It's so crispy, dude.
I think I would shed a tear.
Oh,
I've worn mine the last 2 days, so I had to go with an alternate brand.
It's getting stinky.
Doesn't even touch Roback.
Right? Hey, if you guess what? You know what I love about our promo code film over on Roback?
What's that?
It's for any time user.
Oh.
Okay, I had a lot of listeners reach out last night saying, hey, Brooks, I've been a Roback user and customer for a long, long time. But guess what? We haven't been a partner of Roback for all that long. We are officially partners of Roback. And now you can use promo code FILM for 20% off any purchase, ladies and gentlemen. Roback.com, promo code FILM. Shout out to our friends at Roback.
I mean, Christmas is just 2 weeks away. You might need a last-minute gift for your dad or anybody. Roback's got you, baby.
Roback's got you.
It is quality stuff.
20% off right now today, promo code FILM. Shout out to our friends over at Roback. We love Roback. All right, you know what I love?
What do you
I
love?
love 10 reasons Georgia's going to win a national title. Show notes say 5. Show notes say 5. I'm giving them 10. These sorry sacks going to give you 5. I'm giving you 10.
So, sounds like you're just going to steal some of ours. That's how you're getting your 10. But
You know, normally I would say, who's the show about? And I go to camera.
Oh.
You know what? I love my children to death. Don't show me that again. That makes me angry. Don't show me that. Don't show me that. Let the jokes play. So normally I'd go like, much better. We don't have camera 1 anymore. The toddlers took it out.
I'm done.
The toddlers took it out. But, you know, now is about time we get into these top 10 reasons that Georgia will win a national title. Are you ready?
Let's hear it.
1 to 10, 10 to 1.
10-1.
You know what? I'll give it how you want it.
I'm on a streak, I think.
Give it how you want it. No OLI. This is tight 10. It's a tight 10 reasons. Number 10, Kirby Smart.
Always a good reason.
Have that one.
Best coach in college football. Kirby Smart, number 10. Number 9, DB room's growth.
Oh, yeah.
This
Oh,
defensive back room, especially now that Dink's playing, they're really young, but they're getting even more experience. They're starting to play even more confident down this stretch. That's really, really important as these offenses continue to be really, really good, the ones that you're ultimately playing up against. Number 8, this was something they implemented all offseason. They talked about it all offseason. We're going to run the ball. We're going to stop the run. And what has that led to? It has led to a football team with dominance at the line of scrimmage. The line of scrimmage dominance and the ability to move people at their will is the reason, one of the reasons they will go on to win a national title if they do so. Number 7, this one's important. You've been here before. This football team's got scars, guys. And we talked about this last night. It's my question about Indiana. Indiana went through some scar tissue last year. Did they go through enough? Texas Tech hasn't gone through any scar tissue. Nope. They don't know where they're at. They're brand new. Hey, let's just absorb the experience right now.
Take it all in,
try
boys.
not to get beat. Take it all in, boys. You got to go through some scar tissue to go out on top and win a national title nowadays. I feel like Ohio State was a prime example of this last year. That team went through wars.
Yeah.
That team had their heart broken, and then they went on and win 4 games in a row in the fashion that they did. You have to have been here before. You have to have these growing pains and scars in your football building, and this team has them. They got them last year. They got plenty of them. Number 6, you're a multi-dimensional football team.
Yep.
I have said it. You will not be one-dimensional and go on and win this college football playoff. You're not gonna. You're not gonna go through 3 or 4 of these types of matchups and be, well, I can't run the ball today, or, oh, crap, our quarterback can't throw the football. Like, you have to be able to win games in a multitude of ways, and I think Georgia can. I've seen Georgia beat good football teams this year in shootout fashion. I've seen Georgia beat good football teams in rock fight fashion. I've seen Georgia beat football teams with special teams. I think they can win in a variety of ways. Number 5, you're improving. Who in the playoff right now can say that their football team is getting better? Who?
Maybe Indiana.
Indiana just lost the starter.
Yeah, that's true.
This is
That's
true.
a good point. I don't know. Yeah, that's a great
Texas
point.
Tech.
I think you're the only football team, maybe Texas Tech.
Tech's I'd probably the answer.
We're playing together some more. Like we just put this roster together in January, you know? So maybe Texas Tech, but you're one of the few. All right, number 5, you're improving. Number 4. Guys, did you know that there are only 4 coaching staffs in this college football playoff whose staffs are still intact? 4 of the 12.
That's insane.
Ohio State's offensive coordinator and wide receivers coach, gone, down at South Florida. Ole Miss head coach and play caller, gone, at LSU. Oregon's offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator, really, really distracted, right? First-time head football coaches, going elsewhere. Bama's wide receivers coach, gone. You know? I don't know if he's coaching it out. Is he coaching it out? The
I don't
Shepherd
know.
Cat?
I
I
don't
know
know.
he's at the SEC championship game. Distracted, one way or the other, right? JMU and Tulane's football coaches, distracted. A&M, OC and DC, preoccupied,
Yep.
distracted, doing it elsewhere. It's you, it's Indiana, it's Texas Tech, and it's Oklahoma. That's it. Everybody else is looking around like, hey, are you locked in? Are you locked in? Are you locked in? Everybody locked in? They got to ask. They got to make sure. Not at Georgia.
Yep.
Number 3, you're physical. You're a physical football team. Most of these teams are tired right about now. They're beat up, man. You might be too, but you built for this. You are built for physical wars. You are built for going down into the deep water in game 14, 15, and 16 and being the man who don't drown.
Yep.
You know, that's what you built this football program off of. Number 2, this football team don't blink. Now,
No.
there has been a team that's beat them in the fourth quarter. Do not get me wrong. Alabama got them.
Yep.
Okay? But they had to beat that ass. They didn't come over here and just get handed a win. They had to come over here and go 9 for 9 on their first third downs. They had to come over here and play to a really, really high standard for 3 or 4 quarters to get out of here
unprecedented
alive. All right, so this football team does not beat themselves. They do not have lack of execution problems. They do not have, oh, we going to show up flat today type of things. You have to physically line up for 4 quarters and beat Georgia. They do not blink. The number one reason they will win a national title, in my opinion, they're a team. They're a team. They're a connected football team with an identity. I think there are a select few football teams in this playoff that can 100% stand up and say, hey, they play together. They play with a purpose. They play connected. This football team does.
Absolutely.
All solid reasons. And I'm actually glad because we don't have that much overlap.
No, I didn't have too much overlap either with you.
TikTok Live's over here popping, boys.
We love that. Hello, TikTok.
Hello, TikTok.
Number 5 for me, very limited number of concerns about this team. Kind of stumbled into this last night when we're like, biggest questions or areas to improve for Georgia. And it was hard to think of 5 things.
Roback gave me some of that drip, and now I'm on TikTok.
Continue, Joe.
So that happened. Number 4, they have been tested in every way possible this year. They can win in a shootout. Ole Miss and Tennessee prove that. They can win a defensive battle, Georgia Tech game. They can win off their quarterback, Auburn. They struggled to run the ball in that game. Gunnar Stockton kind of had to take a little bit more on himself, and he prevailed in that one, even gave you the game-sealing touchdown. They can win off the run game. Mississippi State, if you give them a poor run defense, they're going to expose that. They can play from behind as well. Ole Miss, they were trailing in that game. Auburn, they were trailing in that game. Both of those games, they ended up winning. And they dang near came back and won against Alabama as well earlier in the season. So this team has faced so many different scenarios and has had to win games in so many different ways. That's certainly advantageous for them heading into the playoff. Number 3, no longer a young roster. Kirby Smart said after the SEC championship game, he sees these freshmen that are playing as sophomores and vice versa for everybody else. These guys are a whole nother grade level now because they played 13 games this season. You're no longer what you were coming into the year. They played a ton of football, and you can see it now with how they are playing. Number 2, defense is just getting better and better and better, and that's exactly what you wanted to see from a Kirby Smart defense. Even from the Georgia Tech performance, I think that defense only got better when they went and played Alabama. So if that continues in the playoffs, considering some of the offenses that you might face, Ole Miss being one of them, that is a great sign. And then my number 1 reason is this offense can attack you in so many different ways. They have different weapons. They can go with the ground game. Gunnar Stockton has proven hey, if it's got to be me throwing for 280 yards today or 300 yards, we can do it, and we can lead that way to a win. It's not a bad thing if it's all on Gunnar Stockton. So there you go. Those are my 5 reasons why Georgia wins a national title this year.
Woo!
All right, I'll start off with my number 1 because it's the same as yours. Kirby Smart. One of the best head coaches in college football. You trust him in these types of situations. This is where the leadership that he has thrives absolutely. Number 2, I think we've all kind of hit on some degree. They are playing their best football right now. Like Brooks said, there's not a lot of teams out there that you can point to and say, oh, they've gotten exponentially better the last 5 or 6 games. There's been a lot of ups and downs. There's been a lot of just steadily declines for some teams. Georgia is on the rise right now, it feels like. Number 3, they have the attitude and the DNA that is exactly what it takes to win these types of championships. You are going in and you have to play 4 top 12 football teams and win all of those games to be crowned champion. It takes a lot of guts to do that. It takes a lot of focus. It takes a lot of determination. Some things which I'm not going to say who, but there's going to be teams in this tournament that they don't have. That's just going to be one of these things. The group of 5 teams feel like that a little bit where it's kind of like, hey, we're just happy to be here, guys. We made the playoffs. Hang the banner already. There's a couple of other teams in this.
Where are them participation trophies at?
Yeah.
Y'all got any of them fun bags on my way out?
Exactly. Georgia is not concerned with that. Number 4 is actually my favorite reason. It's one that surprised me even. This is the only team in this year's tournament that has a quarterback that started in a college football playoff game.
Yeah, because Mendoza wasn't there last year.
Julian Sayin was not the quarterback
Julian
last year.
Sayin wasn't the quarterback last year.
And that brings up the other point of there's not a whole lot of repeat teams in this year's playoff.
So now, say what you want about Gunnar Stockton and that Sugar Bowl performance. This kid has been there before. This team has played in this before. They've been led by Gunnar Stockton in a college football playoff game. There is immense value in that.
Oh, you're wrong. Trinidad Chambliss played in a D2 playoff game last year.
College football playoff game.
That was a college football playoff game in Division II. Shout out TikTok chat. They got me on that one.
Thanks, TikTok, but
Good looks, chat.
Doesn't count.
We're not counting that one.
They say it doesn't matter, though. They can hear you, by the way.
That does
some good microphones on these things.
That does not count in my opinion.
Don't count.
Division 1.
D2 football, only losers play Division 2 football.
No. It's not what I'm saying.
I said it.
All right.
The Division 2 alumnus.
And then number 5, they're the most balanced team in this entire tournament. There's a lot of one-dimensional teams in there. I think Texas Tech is pretty good at being two-dimensional, but there's also, like we've said, Georgia can beat you any which way. If you need to get into a shootout, that's great. They'll do that. If you want to have a rock fight where it's just rushing the football, that's great. All of the above Georgia can do. That's going to come in it's going to come in handy a lot coming down the stretch. So those are my 5 reasons as to why Georgia will win a national title.
Great reasons.
Somebody in chat said they put $1,700 on Ole Miss reaching the semis.
You're going to be sweating that one, buddy.
That's bold.
I wish I had money like that. I could just.
Here's $1,700.
Yeah, I don't care.
Yeah.
It's one of my biggest, the one time I've been to Las Vegas so far, there's part of me I was like, just throw 100 on Georgia winning the Natty.
Dude, I don't know what the hell happened to me last year in the Caesar Sportsbook, but I got just an overwhelming sensation that I should take Boise State money line.
I remember this.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
It did not go well.
Yeah,
It did not go well.
I wanted to put $100 on Georgia winning the Natty that year, and it would have paid out $1,000. They won the Natty that year.
I think I put $200
it haunts
on
me.
it.
Yeah, but
I think it was $200 to pay out $900 or something like that, and I was like, you know what? Feeling a little genty.
Jay, well, let me make you
feel a little bit like these Penn State and Nittany Lions a little bit fraudulent.
Let me make you feel better on that.
That
By the
game.
time you would have gotten a flight out to Vegas, booked a hotel to go and collect that, you'd have made like $200.
But that's the fun in it. Is that's a whole nother reason of like I get to go to Vegas to pick up money that I won.
Yeah,
And like that enough is satisfaction.
Totally get it, but it's not like you missed out on $1,000.
But I miss the gratitude of like, June, I called it.
Yeah, hey.
I got a stamp that I got a
Totally get
receipt that says it. I have literal receipts that say I predicted this.
You're absolutely right. I get it, but don't look at the dollar amount and be upset. That's all I'll say.
People asking if we hire interns. Not really. I think for right now, I don't know how you guys feel. I feel like the band is tight, and I feel like we're gelling real good together. The output is, our output rates are extremely high right now. Mm-hmm. I don't feel. Do you feel overworked?
No.
Do you feel overworked?
No. The only thing that really gets you where it's like, man, is the travel. But
an intern ain't gonna fix that.
That's what I say. That's not going to change with more.
You know what will? When we start flying private.
I don't know.
I don't know if we'll ever
I think I
fly
might
private.
just be a commercial man my whole life.
I would feel guilty flying private. Like, all this
Yeah.
is for me? Me? I'm good.
I'll tell you what, though. My kids keep coming home with the chest and the nasal funk. When does that stop, parents? When does that stop? When do my children stop being petri dishes filled with germs that they bring home? When does that end?
I have no idea.
When they turn like 13?
You got to get that immunity up, bro.
God. Ain't never been so sick. The first
He's married
7
to a
years,
school teacher.
I know. But
She's bringing it home from
the
all
first 7
students.
years we were together, I feel like I never got sick. And now it's like it's the first time I felt it this year in the middle of the season. I feel like we went strong. I must have been getting some good sleep. Or maybe my body was like, hey, he's got 18 days. Let him get sick now. I think that's what's going on right now.
Maybe.
Y'all got anything else?
We got
about 12 minutes.
We could talk about things we learned from Ole Miss and Georgia the first time.
I do want to ask a question, though, and this will be a brief topic, and it was one that I thought in my head.
We'll take all questions in the chat now as well. Go ahead.
So, obviously, the way this season has shaken out has been nothing short of fantastic. You're
Yeah.
SEC champions. You're in the college football playoff. You've got a quarterback that everyone likes. You beat Alabama by 21 points. Would you trade any of that to have beaten them in Athens in September?
The SEC championship game for beating them at home?
Yeah.
But if you beat them in September, you don't play them again in the SEC championship?
Yeah, that's
Is that
true.
what you're laying out?
Yeah.
So flip-flop the Alabama loss for a Texas loss?
Sure.
Is that what you're doing?
Something like that. Like, you lose
And
to
then you don't go to the
You know
SEC
what?
championship game?
Let's do this. Let's say Tennessee makes that field goal. There's no overtime. Tennessee wins, but you beat Alabama and you're 11-1. You're in the same exact position you're in. Would you take that deal?
That's a question for you guys. Y'all
No.
have much more. I want to go to the SEC championship game and cover that sucker no matter what. That's me.
It's hard because, like, as much as I would love to still have that home game win streak and still be building on that, there's something to be said about winning the game that comes with a ring. There's something to be said about winning the game that comes with hardware.
Yeah.
Like, that one meant more, way more.
Oh, I completely. It was just interesting to think about because, like, the idea that as great as this season was, the blemish is that you did lose that home streak that almost undoubtedly would be continuing for a long, long time had you won against Alabama. But I wouldn't trade anything. I'm perfectly happy with how this season went. And the redemption arc of, yeah, they beat us at home, but we got them in the SEC championship. And, oh, by the way, it's the largest margin of victory we've had over Alabama since 1976. Like, I'm satisfied
Like,
with
as
it.
satisfying as it would have been to beat them in Athens, it's also pretty dang satisfying to beat them in the SEC championship game, a game that program has owned. When they show up in Atlanta, when they've showed up in the SEC title game, they own that game. They win that game.
They're like 9 in a row, I think.
Yeah, so it's pretty dang satisfying to do that as well. So
Chat wants to know a couple of questions here. We're getting loaded now with them. What got us into starting to break down the film? Honestly, something I fell into, something I realized was kind of a market void, if you will. There was an obvious need for educational football concepts and someone that could do it from an entertaining standpoint and an educational standpoint, not talking over football fans. I feel like people that try to do what I do with the film, they're just like, football jargon. I'm going to make you see how smart I am. That's not what we really try to do here. We really try to bring the educational level up for our audience members. We're not trying to talk over you guys. So also, I would sit in these press conferences with these football coaches, and you'd ask them a question. Hey, how'd you feel like so-and-so played today? Every time, all of them. Well, I got to go watch the film. Well, okay. Well, if the head football coach who makes $9 million a year and sits on the sideline with the best view in the house tells everybody, I got to go watch the film, I don't think he's just giving me coach speak, even though he probably is, but he reserves final judgment for the film. Maybe I, as someone who aspires to have a platform one day talking about this stuff, might need to do something like that too. I'm not saying everybody that covers college football should be watching film, but I do think it would help some people with the way that they go about criticizing the sport. If that makes sense. So, yeah, that's what we got going on there. Let's see here. What else? You see any questions that pique your fancy, boys?
We do have a couple of Super Chubs that have questions, I believe.
Okay, let's get to those. Let's head over to the YouTube Super Chub. What's the temperature in Tuscaloosa? I don't know.
-3 is the joke.
Oh. Aha.
It's a joke because in the SEC championship game, the Georgia Bulldogs held Alabama to -3 rushing yards, which was an unprecedented statistic at the time. So, just sheer utter domination.
Let's see here. Defensive play calling for Ole Miss, it will still be Golding. Yes. I'm not going to do a score prediction just yet for the Ole Miss game. We don't even know they're playing Ole Miss just yet, by the way. Let's look over at YouTube.
Is Bobo an advantage in the playoff run?
I think he is.
I mean, I think what's an advantage for Bobo is the fact that how many one-score, four-quarter football games have they been in this year? Georgia.
4.
Ole Miss, Tennessee, the first Alabama game.
Florida.
I'm not counting Florida. Y'all, that would have been a 2-score football game. Y'all, I mean, yeah, it was a fourth quarter. Yeah, I'm sorry, I should count Florida.
No, what are you talking about? It's a 1-score.
I'm just thinking like, and you'll understand why I'm not counting Florida here in a second. How many times has this guy felt compelled to dump the clip in a football game?
Oh, okay.
5. Georgia Tech was the 5th.
How many times has this guy felt the need to dump the clip in a football game?
Well, if that's the question, then Georgia Tech probably doesn't count.
No, and I don't think the other one you threw at me counts.
Florida.
I don't think Florida counts.
I mean, they needed that drive.
You think so?
Okay,
that's fair.
I mean, they pulled a toss sweep to Chauncey Bowens that they hadn't been.
So let's call it a quarter of their games this year. They felt like they really had to push it.
That's
and
fair.
Really have to get after it and really kind of. Guys, you don't get to a point where you throw a play call like you did on 3rd and 11, where it's a swing screen to Cash Jones, tunnel breaker off of that to Zachary Branch, and catch that defense with their pants down, unless you've been able to hide shit all year.
Right.
Is what I'm getting at.
That's
That's what I'm getting at. That's the advantage. If Bobo's got an advantage, just the fact that unlike Oklahoma, unlike Alabama, unlike some of these football teams that are in the playoffs right now, they haven't had to dump the clip all that much this year and really get into their quote-unquote bag.
There's a lot of truth.
Alabama's been throwing trick plays every week.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They threw a damn hook and ladder on your ass last week in the middle of the fourth quarter.
Which, by the way,
what a play.
fire ass
Can we
play.
put that in the book,
Ooh.
by the way, for like everybody? The hook and ladder hit like it was as easy as breathing.
I almost would have argued you should have saved that one even more.
Yes, that too. But, I mean, at that point, you're like,
'Cause-
we might not be a playoff team. We can't even
Oh, yeah,
score.
might need to make this a 2-score game. Yeah.
I get it. But also, man, what a play.
People asking if I can say the name and the numbers in the name with the numbers in the films. No. Football brain don't work like that. No. I wish I had every player that I studied name memorized. I think I got one roster like that, and it's Georgia's.
Yeah. Makes sense.
I go on these podcast hits all the time. I'm like, hey, look, ain't got no numbers, so I'm going to start throwing names. Or I ain't got no names. I'm going to start throwing some numbers at you. I like 4. I like 7. I like 5 on defense. I like 19. And the other podcast host is like spitting names out at the audience so they know them. I'm sorry. Too many rosters.
Which,
way
by the
too much
way,
film.
is exactly what coaches do when they're breaking things down. They don't come in and say,
Yeah.
all right, guys, we have to make sure we're accounting for Jeremy Bernard today on the offense.
Come on, 5.
We got to know where 5 is.
Got to know where 5's at.
So it's true. It's true to the source.
We good?
I believe
Rodney
so.
Carey hit us with one more super.
Oh, super chubs are important. Folks ask me about Ben Arbuckle over here on YouTube or on the talk. Rodney Carey said, Think a head coach who calls defense can win a natty despite no head coach calling offensive plays halves. So he's asking me about Elko and Venables.
And Golding.
And Golding. I do think it is a little bit simpler on the defensive side of the football to call plays. Would you agree?
I would say so, yeah.
I mean, because think about it. As an offensive coordinator, we're kind of like seeing, like, for example, offensive coordinators don't run cover 3 12 snaps in a row. You know what I mean? They don't
Correct.
run they don't run the same shell. They don't run the same formation 10 plays in a row. A defense can. Like Georgia last week as a defensive staff, first down was cover 3, second down was 3 high Tampa 2, roll into it. Third down was man pressure.
Well, I think the
And they threw one little wrinkle on the interception, the disguise coverage of a disguise or an invert Tampa 2 or an invert 2, and Dalen Ever gets an interception.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, it was kind of like they do this, we do this, they do that, we do this.
And I think what makes it easier for defense is offense is all about making things go right. Defense is all about making things go wrong.
Just FSU.
Like, yes. Like, and that is a very simple way to put it. But for an offense, we have to make sure we are in the right alignment. We have to make sure that we have the right play called for the coverage that we think we're getting. All of this. Defense is, all right, even if we're not necessarily in the right coverage, if we can make a play, if we can win our one-on-one, we'll be fine. If the left tackle wins their one-on-one, the play can still go to hell. If the defensive end smokes the left tackle, everything else is null and void. So that's why it's easier on defense, in my opinion.
Do you like Arbuckle's scheme, and is it a John Mateer problem? I really loved watching him at Wazoo last year. The system. And Mateer's been the same player. And I think that's what Oklahoma fans have now come to learn. It's like we got to live with what we got. And what we got is a football player who's a little bit erratic with both decision-making and accuracy and ball placement. Like, that's what we have. And we have to understand that. Now, the system, I think the system is far more, I guess the closest air raid system we have nowadays that's not wide choice. Does that make any sense at all?
That's fair.
I feel like everybody that's trying to take 80 snaps a game nowadays and playing really fast is doing so outside the numbers. Like Mississippi State's this way. Tennessee's this way. Auburn's about to be this way.
Yep.
The only team in the conference moving forward that's going to play fast and not do it, quote-unquote, gimmicky is going to be Oklahoma.
Yeah.
So I think that's something to be said. But I've Oklahoma fans, by now, you've heard the rant. Like, it's a next year window thing for me with that football program, and that's okay. I think it's been a hell of a job to get where you're at now.
I mean, the fact
Tremendous
that you have
amount of
a
respect.
chance to do it this year
Yeah.
is as impressive as is.
Absolutely. All right, I think we're good.
I believe so.
I enjoyed it tonight. I hope you guys had fun. I hope you hit that thumbs up button. If you're watching us on TikTok right now, we're over on YouTube, all right? And we're almost at 100,000 subscribers. We need folks to band together and go on absolutely insane marketing tactics over the next month that we still have football. We have a month and 9 days before the national title ends, and then we are into the oasis of the offseason. I need to be at 100K before that. We need to be at 100K before that, and we can only do it if you guys are telling your friends. All right, so go get us there to 100K. Love you. Bye.